All right. Testing, testing. One, two, three. I think I can hear everything on my end. I think we're good to go. And we're live. Welcome back to the Jespective, where I do cultural commentary, go over some life lessons, and everything in between. Guys, it has been some time, but we are right back into some shenanigans today. There's been a lot been going on this week, and a couple of videos I do have to get to, but tonight we're going to have some fun. In fact, we're going to do a bit of a debate review between DJ Akademiks and Sneako. Now, in case you're employed, there's some characters out there, particularly this dude named Chud the Builder. And I'll just give you a high-level description of who he is, because I really don't want to play any of his clips right here without having the benefit of some edits and my commentary to make him look terrible. But I'm gonna be honest here, dude is the worst. All right, we're talking about somebody who goes around, intentionally antagonizes black people mainly, calls them the N-word, hard ER, intentionally to again antagonize them and to get a rise out of them during a live stream, and then basically challenges people to step up to him. And if they do, he's walking around with mace and a gun most of the time. So again, just the worst of the worst. Pretty much gets rich off of racist content and really kind of is a bit of a mixed bag and a real symptom of like outrage culture and how it is easily monetizable in 2026. So we're gonna go through it today. We have a bit of a debate on our hands. And again, we're going to have some fun because DJ Akademiks and Sneako are going to debate on whether or not, again, another free speech discussion here, whether or not it's just free speech to be a ridiculous person and say whatever you want to say, or, whether or not there are some things that you should consider when, other people are around. So, guys, without further ado, let's get right on into it.
Hold on.
All right. Real quick, as always, guys, when I'm trying to do these, debate reviews, sometimes I tend to take the speed and bring it up to 1.25 because, you got me yapping. But do we really need them yapping at the same speed? Hold on, we got the wrong one here. Here it is. There it is. Got the full background now. Now we're good to go. But anyways, y'all got me yapping, so I'm just going to speed them up here a little bit, but I don't think it should affect the quality of the discussion too much. If it is, as always, let me know. And if I feel like it's going a little too fast, I might bring it back. So we're not going to go with the timestamps, but we'll probably go about halfway through it, I think, and we'll get mainly what it is that we need to get to today. All right, let's get to it.
I just seen some shit. Wait, hold on. This better not be true, bro. I know they said Sneako.
Bring it up a little bit.
This real niggas how to. Yo, what's wrong with you, brother? Nah, hell nah, Sneako. We might have to do a research on you, bro. We don't know if you can say nigga for the next month, bro. You tweaking. How the hell you over here trying to give the
and Craven the kick CEO?
All right. I think we're good. Let's get it started here.
Sneako said he spoke to him and warned him instead.
Chud the Builder side. Yeah, I saw that. What do you guys think about Chud the Builder? What do you guys think about him? He chimped out on me. He chimped out on me when I met with Ed Craven, the kick CEO. He was really upset that I had a meeting with...
Who gives a fuck what he thinks?
The kick CEO. And I messaged him. I'm like, you chimped out on me. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And I saw he's getting his hat snatched. I'll just be straight up. I reached out to him and I told him, bro, you should probably do some desktops because a lot of people are thinking that...
Yo, Sneako, I'm going to keep...
All right. I get how terrible this is, guys. All right, I'm just trying to give y'all some context. We got a reaction to a reaction happening right now, right? So y'all are in some react inception right now. So we're gonna get there, okay? The whole idea and the thing that you need to know is that this person right here, it's basically this dude right here always finds himself in a position where he is defending the worst things on the internet because I feel like he just has I need to be contrarian bone in his body constantly. And it doesn't necessarily always make sense. In fact, I think a lot of the time it doesn't make sense. And you can see him making the dumbest of arguments in order to make it make sense, where you don't really have to do that. Again, guys, I'm not going to post clips of the dude they're talking about right now, but dude is the worst. You don't really have to be out here defending him. I get it. You don't have to. Sometimes people don't want to be on the bandwagon for the sake of being on the bandwagon. I totally understand it. But you're going to stand up against the crowd, do it with some goddamn sense. And that is not what's happening here. But we'll bring it forward a little bit.
You my friend, but we might have to take your nigga pass. We can't have you say nigga no more neither, bro. Hold on now, nigga. Hell nah. You see the N-word don't hit it. Like, you look like you from Vietnam or some shit, nigga. Hold on now, brother. You over here telling this nigga safety tips? Nah. Let him stay out in the streets. What do you mean? Talking about you telling him to stay inside, like you care about his well. Yo, Sneako, we might have to revoke your nigga pass, bro. Word up, bro. Hell nah. You can't be telling the white supremacists how to survive the storm. What the fuck? Yo, let me put it in your words. It's like telling the Israel niggas how to. Yo, what's wrong with you, brother? Nah, hell nah, Sneako. We might have to like do a research on you, bro. We don't know if you can say nigga for the next month, bro. You tweaking. How the hell you over here trying to give the racist nigga advice on how to keep being racist and not, what the hell going?
All right, we're gonna fast forward here. We're gonna fast forward here. I was just a little bit of intro, okay? A little bit of what's the word? Exposition? I don't remember my English terms, guys. I'm sorry. All right, let's see.
You said it was funny. I'm wondering which part was it.
That's wrong.
He's just trying to use the word period to describe a group or really a racial group of people.
Yeah, that's the point. There's no word.
Or for the Islam. Oh, Sneako called me now. Yo, right. Sneako, I can't believe you over here like communing with this Chud the Builder motherfucker, bro.
What's good, my nigga?
Bro, whoa, hold on. We gotta take an N-word pass, bro. You tweaking. You are over here communing with that guy?
Yeah, I told him to stop antagonizing people, and it's not going to end out well. So you should probably stop going out in public and antagonizing people. Especially, I saw a stream from you. You were saying like people are going to put money on his head. That there's going to be a GoFundMe.
That. Sneako, we got.
No, you saw. No, you didn't. You weren't calling for it. But I saw you say if somebody did do something, that the GoFundMe would start hitting.
No, of course it would, because again, you have someone who is targeting.
That again, guys, the irony of this, because we're gonna drop a video on this later, is that this conversation was like 2 days ago, maybe 3, and the dude that they're talking about right now, he did keep going out and doing exactly the very thing that they were talking about, and we're gonna find that he is now been charged with attempted murder for this exact same thing he's been doing the entire time, right? Antagonized somebody, got into a fight with them in the middle of the street, shot them, accidentally shot himself, and then found that, well, as a result, he's getting charged with attempted murder. So, classic case of fuck around and find out. But we're going to get there. Let me fast forward a little bit, because this guy is going to join the Discord. We're going to get a little bit of better audio. They'll cover some of the main topics that I wanted to cover here, and then we can actually get in on this reaction.
Yo, could you hear me? Mic check. We listen, I think we might have to bring it to a poll. Sneako, you got to stick to like some Islam stuff and overseas, brother. Like when it comes to, we're in a very interesting, while most of your streams is about what the hell Trump is doing and what the fuck is going on over Iran and them bullshit ass countries. Like we don't give a damn about none of them. They all could go to hell. What we care about is what's going on over here. And right now, race relations within this country is at a point that is much better than years previous. And when we see an antagonist, I think that every race should come together and say, let's get this piece of shit out the paint quickly, that we don't go down a spiraling downward path like what happened when the BLM movement had to, quote unquote, just jump out the blue. And we all seen some of the errors with that. But right now, we don't need some nigga named Chud the Builder popping up doing all the dumb shit. Let's get this nigga out the paint. And anyone who says differently, we got to start.
In the words of Chud the Builder, they're saying you're chipping out. I'm joking, but
all right, real quick.
What did I say that you're I told them to stop doing the IRL streams like that. It's a bad idea.
Okay, real quick. It's actually kind of funny because I like DJ Akademiks. He's kind of from my area as well, and we're like a very similar age. And he is kind of a pioneer in this like streaming hip hop space, but I don't come to DJ Akademiks for these type of discussions because he's not really the guy for that. In a lot of ways, he's just like out here. He might be drinking. He's going to say something stupid. And I don't mean stupid as in like not intelligent. I think he's a smart dude. I mean stupid as in like he doesn't care about these topics typically, and he's not really doing them. He'll just say something that's like just, I guess, fun for the stream. But he's actually like, it's so funny because in this case, he's actually wants to be the voice of reason, and he's pretty sharp here. And he's gonna go ahead and like, we're gonna see as we go on with this. He's really gonna kind of make Sneako look ridiculous, okay? And it is a great point that I think he brings up there. A couple of years ago, guys, like when we had the the Black Lives Matter movement and like the protests in the middle of the street during COVID and all these different things, like that was not a great time. And for a moment there, we had like a bad reminder of like how terrible race relations could be in like the modern era, right? And people weren't feeling good. I feel as though like it was just the worst of all worlds. So we're finally getting to a place where like it doesn't mean things are great for everybody or people feel that way, but at least like culturally, the temperature is not where it was, we'll say, in like 2020, 2021, right? And I agree with him. When you have someone like this doing this again, these people like agitate everybody and they raise the temperature back up slowly but surely. And they really kind of create the problem that we don't want to see. So I kind of agree with him when it's like, hey, when these people are actually getting popular and they're starting to make followings and do a whole bunch of dumb shit online, like we got to get them up out of here. And I don't mean physically, but I mean just like, why, like, don't support these guys. I don't know. I don't know how you get them out of there without being nonviolent and what you're supposed to do. But it's just like people like this really do blow up off of some dumb shit, right? So basically, we shouldn't support them. It's kind of what I'm getting. All right, let's keep it going.
So why?
I want him to continue. I want him to continue.
You want something violent to happen?
No,
I don't want violence. I'm love speech. I don't want to see people antagonizing one another. I don't want to see hate. I don't want to see something bad happen. So I said you should probably go inside. It's going to end up bad. You can antagonize someone. Someone's going to act in a way. It's just a bad idea.
I'm not saying I want him to stop because of violence happening. I want, based on what he's saying he's down to stand on whatever he's down to. He's been saying. I actually believe if something was going to happen to him, it would probably be a Caucasian that would probably hurt him. You know, usually when guys are spitting all of that political stuff, I don't see a lot of black people. You know what I mean? Look at Charlie Kirk. Who clapped him? Look at all these who keep trying to shoot at Trump. It's a white dude. So when he's talking about First Amendment right, and he's basically also saying, hey, he got his Second Amendment right. To me, that's political. He says he's a free speech advocate. Black people usually mind their business, okay? If they have issues with people that are in their vicinity over actual things that, you know, would make sense for interpersonal issues. This guy is talking politics, and just look at the people who've been smoking the politicians.
Okay. I will also agree with that. It's funny. It winds up being like it winds up being to the detriment, I think, sometimes as well, where it's just like he's right when he says black people just want to mind their business. Because it's like on one hand, it's like, hey, you know what? Like everyone's just minding their business, which means they don't want any problems with you, right? We don't want any problems. We just kind of just want to mind our own damn business, get on with our own day and be fine. But at the same time, he's talking about Charlie Kirk getting clapped. I don't know why I'm finding this so funny right now. I think the nighttime delusion is starting to kick in. But anyways, I'm gonna say, like, yeah, if there's gonna be someone who's gonna kind of go crazy on you in that regard for a political kind of reason, I mean, you know, everyone, you can find a ridiculous person from any corner of the earth. Let's just be very clear here. But in recent times, been a select group of folks. So it's kind of funny that he would just say that, hey, the bears he's poking right now aren't necessarily the bears who have been known to clap this dude back. So if he's not paying attention, he might not actually expect where his enemy might come from. But all right, let's keep it going. I don't want to say too much else there.
Okay, that's very true.
So I think the person who gonna handle him would be white, but I'm not saying that he should continue that because of it. I'm like, hey, listen, if he's that radical,
you think he should be handled violently?
I think he encourages it.
But you're not answering the question.
What?
Do you think that somebody should do something violent to him?
No, but I think they should meet him with the energy that he has, right? So
that's why I told him. I don't know why you're upset. I told him you should stop doing these IRL streams.
They should tell him to stop the rhetoric.
All right. So like real quick, I will. I'm going to be very clear here. I agree with what Sneako was coming to generally, right? If someone's out here doing some dumb shit, like, yeah, I mean, if you are like an elder statesman in whatever kind of way you could be, you can kind of let people know, hey, you know what? You should probably stop because it ain't going to end well for you. Then it makes sense. But this dude is just getting started, and that's the problem. I mean, and again, like I told you guys a little bit earlier, he just got started, and it's all over for him now because, again, attempted murder. But I think the problem is that like people like he's not the only one doing this. He just happened to have been blowing up in the past couple of weeks, which means he was going to keep pushing the envelope further and further, which means what eventually happened to him after this conversation was really going to be inevitable. And that's what we're going to have to see. Well, that is what we're going to see during the course of this conversation, that they're speaking to that possibility, not knowing it was going to happen in like a day or two, right? But also, to be very, very clear, this dude right here, like this Chud guy that they're talking about, like, guys, I'm sorry, he's terrible. It's terrible. But all right, let's keep it going. There was a point I wanted to make, but I just forgot. It's gonna come back to me, okay? It will come back. It will come back. Real quick, first person drop in the chat. Don't let Sneako speak for all of us Muslims, bro. Oh my God. Listen, man, I'm not. Okay. Okay. Do not worry. I'm not saying he's speaking for all Muslims. I'm not saying he's speaking for all black people. He's speaking for his own dumbass self. Okay. So I got that very loud and clear. Don't worry about it. I will not attribute that to you or anyone else. The point that we're going to want to get into during the course of this conversation is that dude is going to, of course, try to speak about he's going to try to speak about free speech over everything and be completely stupid towards the fact that sometimes you have to actually consider the actions and reactions from the words that you use. And, you know, as we start to go through this conversation, we'll get more and more into it. But, yeah, hold on. My bad. Getting a little technical issues here, but yeah, thank you, bro. He was blundering hard. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna get to it. He's I'm waiting for the part. You know what I gotta do, guys? I gotta add soundboards to my Elgato Stream Deck here. There's gonna be a portion during this conversation where they're gonna be chatting and he's gonna freeze like a deer in headlights when he realizes his hypocrisy in real time. So we will get to that. Don't worry. We are absolutely doing this all here today. Keep it going.
We should disarm the meanings of these words. We can't let words like that control us. Why is that the only word where people feel justified in America to act violently over? There's no other word in the English language that elicits the same reaction that word does.
So I'm not going to defend acting violent over a word. We can't repurpose. We can't repurpose history, right? And that word is.
But we do all the time. The word doesn't mean the same thing.
No,
the word dumb doesn't mean the same thing. Even the word nigga doesn't mean the same thing.
Okay.
Black people have used it colloquially, and now that's a perfect. That actually the word you're talking about has been repurposed to be a term of endearment to mean anything.
Sneako.
All right, real quick, and I know, guys, I'm doing a lot of yapping here, but I just want to make the point. He's not wrong here insofar as to say like, hey, like words are repurposed. People understand them differently, but what he's like intentionally going to leave out in the next couple of seconds is that. And I say this on this channel all the time. You can go back into the archives. You can see I have a lot of video talking about this subject in particular. Context matters. And it is when someone says it as a term of endearment, they are saying something to you as a term of endearment. When this Chud the Builder guy says it, he's literally saying it to be racist. So we got all the context we need. So I don't know why he is fighting so hard right now. See, like, this is what I'm saying. He's trying to make a point, which the point itself has merit, but he's making it for the absolute wrong person. Context matters. The context of the dude using the word is racist. So how should we take it? As a racist person using words to antagonize people. That's it. Like, that's like what are we talking about here? And to make it even worse, the dude uses the hard ER. So he's like, I am doubling down in your face with my racism. And by the way, when you react, I'm going to say you're chimping out. Again, push the racist tropes even more. So like, what is happening right here? Absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to AJ. Not the first time Sneako freezes. I'll go watch this debate with Nat Mateo. I'm sorry if I completely messed that up, but Sneako is a cloud chasing clown. Honestly, you know what's funny, man? I don't disagree with you. I like him too when it comes to his artistic side, but like this is like a dude where I'll wake up one day and I'm like, yo, what is this guy doing? We need to get him out of here. And other days I wake up and I'm like, yeah, he's talented though. Right? It's anyways, you're right. You're right. Just wanted to give you your flowers right there for a quick second. But all right, guys, let's keep it going.
What I'm saying is that you can't repurpose history. I said
black people, nigga has been repurposed. It was a word to mean slave, and now it means
Sneako, you're being obtuse. The guy is hold on. The way he's saying what he's saying is a direct callback to slavery, brother. Like if you think it's not like he's saying it meaning something else. We know what he means. So
Yeah.
you're trying to make this point like, oh, nigga has been repurposed. Is that what he's saying? Is he like, oh, what up, my nigga? Is that what he's saying? Or is he actually saying that, hey, you're a lesser human being, and I'm using this word to remind you of that? You tell me what he's saying.
All right, just we're gonna pause. Let's get ready for some bullshit, okay? Because he's right, and we already know he's right. But let's see how he tries to sweep for dude real quick, because we already know today my guy on this right side, Sneako, woke up on some BS. All right, let's see what's happening.
He is saying that, but it only has
So why do we need to repurpose what he's saying? His hold on. His intentions are clear.
Let words control us.
It's not about words controlling us, right? So you're now talking about actions. I'm talking about the word first of all. So you're basically admitting that he's antagonizing, right, race relations by trying to bring up a time or a he's trying to treat black people as subhuman by how he's speaking to them, right? And then you're saying, okay, even if he's doing that, we should just not be violent. And I hear you with that. But you got him into the first part first.
We agree on the violent thing, but you can only get rage baited if you get rage baited. You can only allow this word to have that power if you agree to that frame. We should repurpose this word so that we can't be controlled by them anymore. The same reason the word Negro used to be the correct word to call a black person, but it became a slur because it reminds us of a time of civil rights. Now it is a slur, but at the time in the 60s and the 50s,
hold on.
I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of funny rewatching a live stream while doing a live stream, because like I know right now I don't have all this going on my stream, but it's kind of crazy when you're just like looking at some of the members of the chat. I don't know whose chat is this. I'm assuming it's Akademiks. Yeah, it's Akademiks. This is from Akademiks stream, but this is funny. It's just like Sneako's a clown. Tell him to watch his mouth. Like watching some of this, you're not black, you can't repurpose the word. Like, it's kind of funny just seeing the reactions to what he's saying. It's not rage bait, it's race bait, you dummy. Honestly, like, this is the truth, right? Like, again, his general point of like, hey, you shouldn't just let people control you. If people are going to say things to control your emotions and therefore your reactions, then like you have to not allow that. I get it. Also, this isn't like he's almost saying it as though like someone said a word very, very like, oh, like I didn't know I was being offensive. I thought that I was just saying a term of endearment. I thought I was being cool. And it's just like, nah, dude, this dude is out here intentionally being racist and ridiculous. And for some reason, you're defending him as someone who is like not nefarious. What are we talking about? Like the dude is actually the worst. Like, guys, when I got here today, here's the thing. I'm like a day late to the stream, okay? Or like maybe two. And I had no idea that within a day or two's time, that dude would be sitting behind bars with like a $1 million bond because of how ridiculous he is doing this nonsense. And again, I would let y'all see who he is, but I'm like, I gotta filter out some of that stuff. I'm not playing that stuff on a live stream. It's ridiculous, guys. I just need you to know that. But yeah, Chud's bail was set for $1.25 million. Judge wasn't having it today, as he should not. Okay, as he should not. I mean, dude walking out there starting fights, like, it's so funny too, right? Because people always talk about self-defense, and listen, I'm not a lawyer. Like, law is not my area of expertise. I might have to get Gemini or someone to help me on this one. But part of me thinks that you lose a little bit of your self-defense claim when you go out there. You start the altercations and then you start shooting people, right? Like you there's like a duty to retreat. There's all these other things that you have to do. Well, not always a duty to retreat, probably if you're in a stand your ground state, but like there's a couple of things that need to happen in order for you to be able to claim self-defense, right? And for people like him who just go out there and start the issues, start the fights, I'm like, you really think you can just turn away and be like, oh, by the way, self-defense? I'm like, all right, good luck, buddy. $1.25 million bail to get out of jail. Hopefully he made enough money, but nope, I doubt it. Let's keep it going.
Negro wasn't a slur.
All right,
even back then, in slavery time,
all right, Sneako.
It wasn't a slur. That was the word for black people.
Sneako.
It became a slur because times changed.
All right, let me repeat again. I'm going to go slow this time because I see you're trying to get your point off without actually engaging.
I
Okay.
already said he's bringing back. He's talking about time.
His intention. Let's not say, oh, let's take the power out of the word. Because if we took the power out of that word, he would use whatever word that had the power. Let's not try to give him a pass.
That's the only word that has the power.
Brother, if he had to call you a slave, he would just say slave. Come on. The point is, his goal is to offend. Let's stop acting like his goal is to say a word and we're triggered by the word. Right? So, okay. So now that we agree on that, now we could get to what is the appropriate response? In a very civilized and perfect world, there is no violence when someone is either using oppressive language or either is trying to oppress. But let me ask you, since you're a big fan of religion, religious wars are some of the most violent wars in history. You don't think that's where, at some point, even in religion, it gets to violence, right? Wars. What's going on over there in was it Gaza and Iran and Israel? It gets to violence. So I get what you're saying, but over there, they fighting too. At some point, it gets to violence. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, the comparison doesn't make sense. It didn't start based off of words. The genocide in Gaza didn't start because they said, you're a terrorist.
Words could be oppressive. Hold on. Could words be oppressive?
If you let them.
Oh, man. I mean, like, dude is trying to be... we're going to get to a particular part later. I'm going to save the point. I'm actually going to remind myself. I'm going to remind myself so I don't forget. I put it in a note, but... Words by themselves, yes, cannot be oppressive. Sure. But it's not like words exist in a vacuum, right? Like when people use words or they have phrase, like for example, when black folks were called the N-word during the times of like actual like, you know, civil rights inconsistencies, Jim Crow era, all these different things, it wasn't just like the word itself cause all the issues, but it was the fact that the people who used the words and had the power kind of used it as a reminder that you are below them, right? So it's kind of wrapped into the apparatus of oppression. It's not like the thing that oppresses you by itself, right? And so it's like we get into this point where we get to just look back in history where we're so far removed from all the realities of a different time that people get to just like show up on stream like I'm doing right now or like what they're doing right there and just act like you get to just kind of whitewash things. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like what are we talking about? Words don't impress people. And it's like, sure, not by themselves, but like you are forgetting the context in which these words are used. You're forgetting the context in which these words are used to display power and keep people down. Like it's not just like, oh, you're using magic words. Like you're like Harry Potter. Like, you know, like you're just saying something you didn't want and having magic and doing things to people. It's not that. It's again the broader context, which I feel like is being left out. But let's keep it going.
So bombs are really oppressive. Like bombs, ethnic cleansing, starvation. That's oppressive. Words are only oppressive if you allow them to be.
So despite the meaning, let me ask you a question. Like if you go back, you know, in the original articles and like, you know, in some of the original laws where black people are seen as 3/5 of a human, that's not oppressive, right? That's just words. You 3/5 a whole, same thing. So that's not oppressive.
Of course it is. Does that still exist?
Oh, damn. All right. I didn't. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were going to say something that fucking stupid, right? Like, oh man. All right. Well, that was a great example from Mac. I didn't think about that right there. Where I'm thinking of words just being said, but he's thinking of like the obvious fact where like, yeah, words are put on a page, dummy, right? And it's like they were laws at some point, and like, you know, saying certain things have a lot of power, so let's not act like words don't have power. So. Obvious point that my tired brain did not catch either. But hey, I can at least admit when I was off on something. But this guy is actually now trying to argue a different point. Hey, well, it's not now, right? That's not the point you were just arguing. You were arguing whether or not words have power. So when you're given an example of words having power, you don't say, well, it's not happening now. You just acknowledge that, yes, words have power. And the example that you gave me of them having power is valid. But you know, when debates are only to win and not to learn, this is the dumb things that you see sometimes. But keep it going.
But it existed. My point is
exactly. It's in the past, so let it be in the past.
No.
So let go. So this is how we move forward. Instead
wait. So this is in the past. So this guy is basically allowed to bring back up the past, right? Use racial slurs and try to almost treat people like we're in the past, but yet we're supposed to let go of the past. Nigga, you think we Gandhi, nigga?
Okay, is he acting like a slave master? He's a rage baiter on street.
Brother, brother, I hear how he's talking to black people.
Holding a selfie camera and
Our prophet literally said, hold on, let me bring this down real quick. Our prophet literally said, we cannot call anyone a slur. He said, if you call someone a slave, you have to free a slave. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're going to get to that in a second, right? This is the funny part because, and sorry, let me move this over a little bit. There it is. I feel like my comments are messed up on screen. This is the funny part because, like, again, like, Sneako came up on the stream and I feel like, again, he tries to represent himself as like, I'm a decent Muslim everywhere I go. But like in his arguments right here, like that's like, what are we like? Where's he arguing from? This makes no sense, right? Hold on, let's bring this up right here. From AJ, the fact that Muslims can claim Sneako as their brother really says a lot. You know, he only claims to be part of that religion for clout, and he's been called out by others because he's seen as faking. Yeah, I was gonna get to this in a second, but I'll say this part. He kind of goes around trying to say he's a Muslim, but the arguments he's using right now, I feel like are antithetical to a lot of the teachings that you would otherwise find, right? Like what D-Lo brought up here when he mentioned that you cannot call anyone a slur. He said, if you call someone a slave, then you have to free a slave. It's just like literally saying words have meaning, so choose the words wisely, right? And it's kind of one of those funny things where I'm thinking to myself where it's like, dude, like, I get it if you don't want to argue from within the religious framework for a particular time, but like if you are this person who's using the religious framework for everything as you would expect it to be doing with how hard you kind of ride for it, then like what argument are you making right now, right? And we're gonna see this a little bit later. There's gonna be an analogy that Akademiks is gonna bring up in reference to religion, and Sneako's gonna completely freeze. Because he's realizing that for that moment in time, he is completely caught like a deer in headlights. But let's keep it going. Thanks for dropping in the comments in the stream, guys. Some really useful information for sure. Let's keep it going.
Public, he's hardly a slave.
That nigga talking like Abraham Lincoln. He talking like a damn slave master. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, but you use that word all the time. That's what? Like you're probably you probably use that word. This exact word that you're angry about is the word that you probably use the most in your stream, is it not?
The hard ER? Fuck no.
Nigga. It's the same word.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes.
It's not. Stop playing games. You know it's not. You know it's not. Just stop playing games. Let's keep it going.
It's the same exact word. What did black slaves call other black slaves in slave times?
You can't keep jumping between points. You talk about words being repurposed. Hold on.
So
you talk about words being repurposed.
Where does that word come from?
Yo, hear what I'm saying?
I
Yo,
I hear what you're saying.
Sneako, are you mixed? Like, what were you mixed with? I got it. Because if you're trying to say, bro, if you're trying to say nigga.
All right, by the way, he's like, what he's like Filipino and Haitian or something like that. My family's from Haitian too. But I have to admit, I'm born here. I don't even speak Creole. So like some of the Haitians not claiming me neither. But listen, I claim my heritage and we don't claim this guy. All right, let's keep it going.
And is the same thing?
Where does it come from? Where does nigga come from with the soft A? You're not answering the question. It's a simple question. Where does it come from?
Okay, it comes from the other word. But however, it has two different meanings. It has two different meanings.
It's been repurposed, right?
It has two different meanings.
Wait. Has that word been repurposed to mean something colloquial?
Yes, but both words now have two different meanings.
Exactly. So that word should be repurposed too.
No. Wait, hold on.
Why not?
Sneako. And this is where I think my frustration is with you, because it's like, you're one of those, it's just words. It's like, this is the first time I'm like, yo, Sneako's not, we got to start like revoking like all these nigga passes. Cause let me ask you a question. All right, let me ask you a question. No, I got a better one for you. I got a better one for you.
Right.
No, I got a better one for you then. If you think they're the same word, why don't you get up on here, or when you're talking to people, don't say nigga, say nigga. Why don't you do it?
I don't want
to. Yep. Honestly, that's what it is right there. And like, if you have to think about that, and we're gonna hear his cope. We're gonna hear his cope in a second here. But if you have to think about that instantly defeats your argument, right? Like clearly, they are two different things. Clearly, like even if we're talking about, I just sing it in a song, I'm addressing my homies, like whatever it might be, we like how we talk to each other. No one says the hard ER. cannot be offensive. Like, it feels weird if you even like even thinking about it. Like I said, like I was gonna start this clip. I was gonna start this stream by showing y'all who this Chud the Builder guy, who this whole debate even came off of, and I just couldn't find like sanitized clips, and I was already running late on time, and I didn't want to have to run through it and sanitize it myself in my video editor. And I was like, all right, we're just not playing it on stream because it's ridiculous. Like it is actually insane. And so to think otherwise, you really have to be reaching to the farthest reaches of your own ass to try to make it make sense, right? So, all right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
No, oh, so you admit they're two different words. So why don't you use them interchangeably? Why don't you use them interchangeably?
Because it's going to make you upset. I don't want to hurt you.
So you're agreeing that they mean different things, or they would like that's what words are. If one word would evoke a different feeling than another word, are they the same word?
The point is, you should not allow it to evoke the.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I know I keep pausing, but like, when you're having a debate, if you're having a good faith debate, you have to make concessions when a point is made. If we are talking to each other and you were asking me to address a point, or a point is made, I make a point or answer your question directly, you don't just like obfuscate and like deflect after that question is answered, right? Address it, acknowledge it, and move on. When someone is doing what he's doing right now, this is very frustrating and extremely dishonest in the course of a debate. And it's like I said, sometimes debates are frustrating because they aren't people trying to exchange ideas and get to a better place of understanding. It's people trying to win. This is what trying to win looks like when you are actually being a dumbass and you know what you just said is being shut down, but you're trying to deflect and put in something else in there so you can still save face. It makes no damn sense. Let's keep it going.
Same feeling. Why would you let a word have that power? Disarm it. It only has the power that you give it. The same way that word.
Yo, bro, you sound like Ye when he said slavery is a choice. Like, yo, what's up with you, bro? Like, you're now blaming the people who are offended rather than the people who are choosing to offend. Like, they're going out of their way to choose to offend. Place. Even going back to your point. So the hard ER, right? They have made a relative word that's this nigga that is more. Oh, hey, we're going to try to strip some of the, historical slavery past, and we're going to try to make it a cool type of colloquial. You're going to still defend the other shit?
I'm saying that the hard ER should be used colloquially the same way that nigga has been. Where does that word nigga come from? Just answer the question. Where does the word come from?
Hold on. You're talking about what should be. Yo, no. You're talking about what should be and what is.
Yo, where does that word? Just answer the question. Where does that word come from?
Hold on. We just did this.
Okay, it comes. The reason that it sounds like that is because black people have a different intonation in the way they pronunciate words, right? Instead of with the they just say oh, and then it becomes repurposed for the black community. But it has the same exact root, the same exact time, and it meant the same thing at the time.
They're gonna move past this point eventually, guys. I just forget where it is, and I don't want to skip past the point that's important. So I'm gonna let it go play out a little bit more. But like, yeah, they are starting to go in circles now. Sneako, I don't know what point he's trying to make. It's not really landing, but he's trying to say, oh, it comes from the base word. It's like, dude, if you can't understand how like context changes the meaning of the word, then like what else are we doing here, right? Like, what are we actually trying to do here? I don't get it. But like, we'll let him yap a little bit more before I start to bring it up a little bit.
Call each other.
Okay, but it doesn't mean the same thing now. But it doesn't mean the same thing now.
Exactly, and it should be repurposed. It doesn't mean the same thing now. The same way this word should not mean the same thing now.
No,
because slavery doesn't exist anymore. Slavery's over. It's done. It happened.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you think the same about the Holocaust. Like, no, it don't work like that. You don't get to pick what.
Exactly. That's what my favorite song is that I got all this back.
No, I'm gonna chill. I don't want to hear.
That song.
I don't want to hear. Okay.
Hold up.
He says it right now. If he says it right now, my stream will explode.
That disarms the same thing. The worst thing ever.
Kanye been apologizing for that for like 3. Kanye's in every Jewish. Kanye in every single one of them.
I don't apologize for that song. What does that song do?
Yeah, that's why you're canceled.
The 3 most taboo.
That's why you're in that apartment.
But I'm a free slave. I ran away from the plantation. I'm not controlled like you by words. You're shackled up by words.
Real quick, guys. I just real quick, because actually this is important. Number one, this is a video I miss doing, so I just want to address it real quick, just to like, if y'all like, again, you're employed, and you got better things to do. There was this funny like moment that happened a couple months ago where Sneako and like a whole bunch, like Andrew Tate, a whole bunch of these funny guys got like made in fun of effectively Nick Fuentes, a lot of guys. There was like news stories about it, but basically they went around. They all joined up together, like there was the Avengers or something, and they were on live stream singing the Kanye West song. We'll just say HH, right? And basically when they went and they did that, like they got canceled. Right? Like, yo, get these guys out of here. Banned from that club they went to and all these other things. And this dude tried to double down saying like, oh, it's just free speech. And I'm just like, he's always holding on to that. And this is the crux of this conversation as well. It's not always like, hey, by the way, like free speech over everything and there should be no consequences. It's like, no, dummy. We have free speech and free speech protects us from the government infringing on our rights to freedom of expression and all these different things. But it's not just like random people that you find in like the corner. It's not some random owner of a shop or something. Like if they don't like something you say and they want to like trespass you and say you can't come back, they can do that. Like I understand we like to fight for the spirit of like, let's just say certain things, but this idea that you get to say whatever you want without consequences is ridiculous. Okay. Freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. Don't be stupid, right? Like choose your words wisely. Like I can say whatever I want, but I got to know that when I say certain things, I got to be ready for the smoke that comes on the other side of that. And like, there's these people like, oh man, this whole like, oh, freedom of speech. No, no. Okay. I like an idea to be able to say a lot of things. I don't like the idea of like, hey, like, you know, you're banned from saying and uttering particular words in certain contexts, but like, be smart, okay? Don't be a dummy, right? So like, oh man, Sneako should change his name to Straw Man because all he's known for, sorry, my brain just broke. Sneako should change his name to Straw Man because that's all he's known for. He can't have a debate. It's beyond pathetic hearing him talk. He never lands the plane. Yep, he doesn't. Like I was actually considering whether or not we should fast forward it because I'm like, dude is just like going over and over again here. And like, what was the point? What was he trying to get to? Here, his whole point was rebutted by Act like 5 minutes ago, right? Oh yeah, you know, like a different context means a different thing, right? So not the same thing. And somehow he's trying to say, since it comes from the same root, it like, come on. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. All right, let's keep it going.
You're still a slave to these words.
Sneako.
Yourself be free.
Sneako.
Say the most taboo things, and it no longer has the meaning that you allow it to have.
Sneako, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Yo, Andrew Tate, could you come back and get us?
They don't understand the things I say on Chud Stream.
Yo, Sneako, you tweaking.
I can simping out.
Yo, you were tweaking. Hey, let me say this, man.
What?
It kind of looks bad on your character that these are the type of people you're trying to protect their speech. Okay, you're trying to protect the speech of Chud the Builder. Okay, I just want to like make sure we're like on the same. You know, like
the reason I messaged him was because I don't want something violent to happen. Because if somebody tries to do something and be a vigilante, there could be a bad situation for the person, and it's just going to be bad overall. It's a bad look on streaming. It's a bad look for the country. It's just not good. I don't want to see violence. I don't want to see people on either side crash out over a word.
So you shouldn't tell them to stay inside. You should tell them it's like you at some point you
stop
should say,
antagonizing people. Don't get people upset, and try to change up the rhetoric and act with more love speech. Be more Christ-like. He's Christian. That's what I was telling him. This is not the way that Jesus wanted him to act.
All right, I'll say this again on the baseline of what he's saying. I can't have an issue with that, right? If you're saying, hey, I see someone being ridiculous out there, I'm letting them know if they'll listen, you should probably not do that. It's probably not good for the country, probably not good for yourself, and you might want to chill there. The problem is I also get what Ak is saying, is that this dude like tries to associate himself with the worst people for whatever reason. Right? Like you kind of see it in his face when he's mentioning them. He has like this little smirk and you just see like, I'm cozying up to some ridiculous person. And then he tries to take a step back when you're calling him out on that and wrap it in something that isn't actually as ridiculous, right? Like if we're being honest, he's just saying, hey, listen, I don't want to see violence in the world. You know, if I can help, I will. There's no problem with that. And in fact, I could have seen myself before this debate doing a video on Chud the Builder's dumbass self, and I probably would have, but I just been a little behind recently saying, yo, does this guy have like any family or people that love him to let him know, like, yo, stop being a dumbass online. and sit your ass down. I would have said that. So if he wanted to be the guy to say that, I can't be upset by it. But also, Ak is right. This dude is always associating and putting himself in a position to like posing up to like people who are ridiculous, right? The whole Nick Fuentes relationship is actually like crazy because dude is smart for what he's doing. But like dude doesn't even like black people, right? Like, what are we talking about? And Sneako's mixed. Like what what are we doing right now? I don't understand it. But all right, let's keep it going because we're gonna get to a very interesting part very, very soon. And I think it's coming up shortly.
You think he's Christian?
He says Christ is king in his bio. Yeah, I think he's Christian.
Is that the only thing that, once you say that, you good?
No, you're not good. That's why I'm saying that he shouldn't be doing these streams anymore. I told him stop doing those IRL streams.
What was his response to you?
He said, basically like...
He told you you're chipping out, huh?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I told him he was chipping out, actually. That's how the conversation... I DM'd him. I said, you're chipping out. And he said, you're kind of right. And then we had a conversation. He said, it doesn't go viral the same way when I'm doing desktop streams. So I said, like, you gotta, if you want to stay, if you want to be alive, if you want to protect yourself, if you don't want something violent to happen,
he has a death wish. You gotta let that man live out his goal.
I mean, given what's happened, guys, in the past day or so, I'm just saying, this is prophetic right here, right? Nico tries to tell him, hey, by the way, you might want to do some desktop streams like me. Guys, look, I'm safe within the context of my office, not doing some dumb shit out there in the world, right? And he said no. He said, no, I want to go out there and I want to continue to antagonize people and be a ridiculous person. And, I'll be fine. Guess not, because, but like 50 years and a $1.25 million bond right now to get out doesn't seem like you're fine. But what do I know? Just a person wearing a Vader shirt on the internet. Let's keep it going.
Well, I don't want to see people have a death wish because I want people to be okay. I want to see peace.
I guess. Yeah, but listen, man, we gotta.
He was tired.
I know you usually like your religious stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. I could give two fucks about what's going on with the Jews. Just go away.
So you care more about a word than you do about genocide?
Yeah, I care more about black people more than I care about that type of shit.
You care more about
I just said it. I already said what I said.
You just said that. You care more about
I care more about black people more than I care about that type of shit. Facts.
Okay, but the difference is a word and genocide.
Brother, correct? I just told you. I care more about black people in this country that I live in more than what the fuck is going on over there in Israel and Palestine. I don't care who wins that shit.
Okay, so genocide's happening.
Yeah, see, like I'll say this right here, right? Like, he's being honest, and I can respect where he's coming from there at least. And this is the funny thing, right? Because on one hand, like, I'll give Sneako credit. He's been going hard for calling out all the nonsense that's happening over there in Palestine. I will give him that credit. That no one can take that away from him. You're a big streamer and you have a big platform. What you use your time to talk about, it actually is pretty important. So I will give him that credit. Will not take that away from him. But also, inversely, like I said, this is what I said in the beginning. You usually don't come to act for these kind of takes because he kind of just tells you what it is. He's not really in this realm, but he just straight up said it right there. I care about what's happening here at home more than I care about what's happening overseas. And I understand it, right? May or may not like that. But even when it comes to voting, a lot of people think this way, right? Like, hey, like you might try to plead with them. Hey, but think about your other fellow American, think about your other fellow man, whatever their plight is and what they're going through. And it's just like, yeah, but like, I got to deal with what I'm dealing with right now or what my direct interests are. And I'm focused on that. So I'll let him talk. We'll get to where we're getting to next. But I think it's one of those things where it's just like, I think the thing that you'll notice about Sneako, and this is the issue, is that he will push and push and push on this issue for things that he doesn't necessarily care about with an inability to accept that, admit it, or just say it. But when it's something he cares about, he is singing a completely different tune. So he tried to push on Act there, and Act just said, I'm admitting right now I don't care about what's happening. I only care about what's happening here. So again, you can make whatever judgments you want on Act for saying that, but he's biting the bullet and he's being honest up front. Sneako has an inability to do that. And that very thing is going to bite him very shortly. Let's keep it going.
In Palestine and a
yeah,
word
don't
is
care.
used in America.
I care about black people more.
Yeah, but there's not a genocide on black people.
Well, listen, we got to nip it in the bud before it gets there. This thing is about to start a race war. Fuck what's going on in Palestine and goddamn Israel.
That's why I said you should stop. That's why fuck what's going on. I don't want to see a race war. I don't want to see people.
Well, this is why. Listen, you know, sometimes you see how Trump went out there and like clapped that nigga from Iran, that fucking supreme leader. That might have to be Chud. Get him out of the way because he's trying to start some shit. We ain't trying to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see people die over a word.
Well, he's problematic. We might like somebody might have to just do it. I don't care who do it. Black, white, who cares?
I care. I don't want to see people die for a stupid reason. Like, advocating for violence is not the way.
Nobody wants. He's the violent one. You don't realize he's the violent one?
Isn't he majority acting he's acting in self-defense, right?
Fuck no. Do you see what he's saying? He's daring people to do something.
Words aren't violent, Ak. Words aren't violent.
Your rhetoric could be insightful.
But no, using an individual word is not an act of violence. And so if you want to stop racism, then we can't let words trigger something that makes us violent.
All right, play this.
If you want to stop racism,
I watch him pepper spray a guy who like flipped his hat off or something like that.
Technically, doesn't that count as self-defense? He wasn't arrested for that.
Man, that guy should have blew his.
Legally, doesn't that count as self-defense? I'm not justifying it. He pepper sprayed. Two girls were eating dinner. I didn't like seeing that.
Well, here's the thing.
I should have wrote. I'm sorry, guys. I should have had some timestamps for this. I'm trying. There's a particular part I know we're getting close to, but the irony is that when I've seen it, it apparently was clipped because I'm thinking it's sooner than it is. So, but we're getting there. We'll let them keep going. They're just doing a little bit of the circular yapping right now, but we're gonna get to a point very soon because Ak's gonna ask a very pointed question to Sneako, and all that he's doing right now is gonna stop.
Like dinner, they got hit. Also, when he pepper sprayed, that's not good. But technically, legally in America, that counts as self-defense.
Well, there's a lot of like actual legalities to that because if he's using beer mace, you have to have appropriate force, right? It's the reason why if someone like hits your hat off, you can't shoot him dead. He's using a weapon, right? That is actually illegal in certain places, right? So I'm not sure if that necessarily is self-defense, but again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm watching some of the nonsense he's doing. I think he's chimping out. Okay, I think what he's doing to amuse us, I can't wait to see the conclusion. But I think the conclusion, I don't want him to go to jail.
I don't want to
Too late.
see him go. I don't want to see people die. Like I don't think that's good.
I don't think he'll die.
Too late.
You were saying that somebody can get a GoFundMe, and I don't know. I'm seeing like rappers. NLE Chop was saying that he's going to do something. It's just not good. It's a bad situation.
He's going to get a little wake up call. And I'm not saying it's going to be violent, but I know how this story ends. This story ends with him getting a wake up call. And he goes from Chud the Builder to fucking just a Karen the bitch, where like he's now like, okay, I'm not this type of antagonistic guy. I'm the victim, and we'll see how that goes. But I think history has shown us that people like this, the thing they could always fall back is their whiteness, right? He has whiteness that he could always fall back on after he sheds this entire act. It's a shtick. It's an act. It's an act that has worked. It's antagonistic. The guy literally said that he had no motion before he started antagonize black people. Literally, he had zero motion.
Not good. To build.
Yeah, I mean, and that's an obvious point there, right? Like he and like I was seeing little snippets about this dude too. It's weird, man. He's a weird background because before he kind of leaned into this racist stuff, he has like, I don't know much about him, so I'm trying not to misstate things. But like we'll just say like he had like black relationships. Like I'm not gonna say like not romantic, but I just mean like people around him and things like that. So it seems very weird that all of a sudden he decided to lean into this whole thing. I'm gonna put on a cowboy hat and just walk around like I'm the KKK guru. Like honestly, it does come down to doing everything for clout, right? Like even when Sneako mentioned, hey, I told you sit down and do desktop streaming, he was like, well, it's just not doing as well when I'm doing that. And I'm just like, unfortunately, the attention economy deems that you be ridiculous online in order to get eyeballs, and eyeballs equals dollars. Dollars equals an ability to take care of yourself and live a life that you otherwise wouldn't be able to live. So the incentives, unfortunately, are there to be terrible, but like there's got to be a better way, right? Like, what are we talking about here? It's just to blame what these people would do for clout, willing to ruin your life for social media fame, shaking my head. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I would actually it's like, I'm always like, what are you willing to do for it? You know what I mean? Like there's like I understand there's a bit of a performative nature to being online or doing whatever you might do. Like, right now I'm in my room yapping to you guys, but like, it's just me. I'm just in here by myself right now, just yapping, checking out these things and just having fun with y'all here today. But again, there's a degree to where it's just like, oh yeah, we're not doing that, right? There's like a line that is drawn to where it is. I am not going to be online and be known for that type of fuckery. You know what I'm saying? It's like I got family, I got people that know me, I have things that I care about, and I have people I care about and their opinions of me that I actually care about. There's no way I'm going to be on here like stooping to certain levels of ridiculousness that I can't actually live with, right? It's like you go online, you be this racist character, and you get home and you're supposed to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be proud of that guy. Is this guy ever like? Is he proud of what he was doing the past couple of weeks? Is he proud of the following he was building? Is he proud of who he was perceived as by the people? Like I don't know if that is something that I could be proud of. It's like for me, it would bring great shame to my family, but more over myself. Like I got people looking up to me now. I can't. You will not catch me dead doing some fuckery like that online. You know, you catch me out here with the jokes, but I'm okay with some jokes, right? You catch me, you know, talking about some interesting topics, but there's never going to be something that I can't stand behind. And again, just being online, stooping to the levels of fuckery that guy was doing, couldn't be me. To say that could not be me. Keep it going.
The career based off of antagonizing people.
I think he should go antagonize Muslims. Word up. Facts. Leave black people alone. Go fuck with the Muslims.
Do you want peace or not?
No, I want to see what the Muslims gonna do. Cause I think when Muslims get antagonized, no. I think Muslims get
Muslims there are.
No,
you know about Malcolm X.
No. We're not talking about black Muslims. We're not talking about black Muslims. We're not talking about black Muslims. We're talking about like the other Muslims. Yo, because when they get antagonized, I think they're a little bit more violent.
What Muslims are you talking about?
Them 9/11 Muslims. You heard me, nigga. Like, listen, go antagonize them type of niggas, and let's see how they handle it. Because from what I found out, usually black people are the least violent when it comes to all of this type of shit.
It's funny how you started this off like being against race.
All right, I just it's funny. I want y'all to acknowledge something that I didn't call out. If y'all have been rocking with me the whole stream, you see how Ak was trying to talk with Sneako in the beginning, right? They're friends, so he's trying to be a little bit more like cool about it, approaching it in a decent way. Now, starting to be a little bit more cut and dry and a little bit more inflammatory, because at this point, I think he's clearly frustrated with how this conversation has been going, trying to get a point off, having them running in circles, trying to be like basically not having his points acknowledged. And so now he's getting to the point where he's just like, oh, I think I got something for you. I'm building up to it. Right. And it's kind of funny because this is what happens in these discussions. So like Sneako's kind of got comfortable here, but like he's going to get a little flashback in a second.
Racism, and now you're saying 9/11 Muslims. Who are 9/11 Muslims?
The ones who did 9/11. It's like 7 of them. Right? Yes.
That's kind of crazy though. It's kind of a crazy statement to make. I'm not gonna lie.
You're saying those 12.
Whatever they stood for, them extreme.
Those 12 hijackers.
No, them extreme ones. Yes, them extreme niggas. Them niggas.
What? Who are they?
Brother, you trying to be able to the niggas who be blowing themselves up. Whatever Muslims are those.
No. You made it a race thing. You said not the black Muslims, so now you're making it a race thing. So
nah, definitely not my Muslims from Philly. Those are some cool ass niggas.
Not the Philly Muslims. So which Muslims? Be specific.
The ones that be doing all that suicide bombing. Go fuck with them niggas.
Who? So.
I don't know. I'm telling
you. You don't know race, but you know they're not black, so you must know what race they are.
I don't know what race they are.
But you know they're not black?
Well, hold on.
Sounds like you're being obtuse now.
Wait.
Sounds like you're being a little obtuse.
No, I'm glad you're saying that. You see how much you start to care when I start throwing the blame over there? You see?
No.
That's what I keep telling you. Leave black people out of this shit. Hold on.
Has no race.
Yo. Hold on. Nah, fuck all that. Listen. This is what we talking about. All right, okay. Yeah, he need to go fuck with like the Palestinians. That's what he need to go do.
Okay, they're right.
Yeah, you see what's happening now? Now things are starting to turn a little bit, right? The way he's sitting, the way he is throwing back his particular argument, now he's starting to be a little bit more inflammatory because he basically feels like this is the only way that Sneako's gonna get it, right? And we'll get to this in a second, but like it's honestly gonna escalate to a certain point that I'm just like, if he didn't get it, after this point, he's going to get it, right? Shout out to UKZ. Thanks for dropping in the stream as always. So much internet drama lately. Oh yeah, dude. I probably had like 4 videos I could have put out this week, but work has been a little rough again. So we're we're at least here on the live stream today. So thanks for dropping in as always. Let's keep it going.
Under a genocide right now. You want?
Hey, now go fuck with them. Ew, just leave black people alone.
Okay, what word do you think Chud the Builder could use to Palestinians that will elicit the same reaction?
He should go find out. I don't want to know.
The thing is, it doesn't exist. There's no word in the English language that exists that has that same.
Hey, hold on. My thing is, we want Chud to go terrorize the Jewish people, the Palestinians, some Asian niggas, Indians too. Everybody but the black people. We've been through enough. We just want to chill. We trying to cop the new AP, the AP/Swatch collab. Go over there, Chud. Go to Palestine, gang. Like, leave us alone.
There's no.
All right, real quick. I think. I mean, Axe Point's kind of crazy here because he is singularly focused on leave black people alone. And listen, I get it. He already said what his position is. I only care about what I have going here at home. I'm black. I care about black people. I don't care about what nothing else is going on. If this guy want to go ahead and antagonize black people and get black people in a position, I don't want him doing that, but like I will deflect him to other people. Again, that ain't my position. My position is like, dude needs to just go away and disappear. But you know, I get it. But like at this point, he particularly chose that group because he knows that's kind of the only way Sneako's gonna understand it, right? This is like classic cognitive dissonance. You try to make a point, but then your brain kind of breaks when it is like when the context of that same thing changes, right? Like, oh well, now that it's going to get closer to home, it's something he actually cares about. He's going to be like, he's trying to be obtuse at first. Oh well, what would he say that would do that? And I want to say, because then we'll get to it in a second. But like, if y'all know a little something about this man's history, before he was a Muslim. He was on here saying some jokes about Muslims as well. And on the internet, they got his ass. Okay? So he wasn't all free speech then. He was trying to be funny. He said some dumb shit and they got his ass. All right? Like I don't mean physically, but like Twitter, he was shook. He was shook. We're not going to go back through in time, but this whole point he's making right now is ridiculous because it stands for every community and culture. Like, yes, people shouldn't go out there and fight people. Yeah, I get it. But like, everyone ain't gonna follow that rule. And you don't typically understand where everyone's sensibilities are. So like, you should probably generally err on the side of caution and just be respectful. You know what I mean? Like you might run into some people who will try you. And other people, like he's seen online before too. Like I said, he ran into some folks before he was Muslim, and they taught him some damn respect. Okay, so like we'll get back to that in a second. KZ, and am I going to cover it all? I'm going to try to get to some of it. Like I do have a video probably scheduled for the arrests and stuff like that. I might try to work on that one this weekend, or maybe I just hop back on another live stream, to be honest, if I can't get to it in time. But we're gonna get to it. Ak all of a sudden inserting himself in black culture. What are you talking about, man? This is Big Ak. He's always been in black culture. Nah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Listen, that's what I said in the beginning of this live stream. It's not like he's not typically going to be the guy who's doing this, right? Like this is more like defending black people in like that kind of way. It looks, it's something you're going to typically see from a more liberal minded person. Ak is kind of all over the place in terms of his political leanings, right? He supports Trump. He is like, he's kind of like, you can't pin him down. All right. Is what I would say. You kind of can't pin him down. He's a little all over the place, but again, that's how most people are. Like most people don't directly fall into a camp wholeheartedly and completely. People are, dynamic, right? There's things going on with people. So it is funny though. Everyone was like, I was seeing the comments of the video, like, oh, I would never have expected Ak to be the defender on this subject. And I'm like, I hear you. I hear you. Greetings. Shout out to you, Joran. Glad to join the stream, brother. Yeah, I was supposed to do a signal boost and post on Instagram and everything, but once the stream got going, and my tiredness started to set in, I was like, let's keep it going. I don't want to be on stream just going like this. So I'm like, we here. we here. Ag was making Sneako's arguments when his buddy 6ix9ine was out antagonizing Yo, actually, that's a good point. That's a good point. And you know what it is? That's the cognitive dissonance I'm talking about, right? Like, people can understand a certain point or not understand a certain point when the context change. But I give him the benefit of the doubt. He's here now. And hopefully, if that happens again, he can change his tune and be reminded of, like, you remember what you was doing in that discussion with Sneako? Because, yeah, that's a great point. 6ix9ine was out here talking crazy. But you know what I think it is, too? 6ix9ine was talking crazy, but he is also kind of like pseudo within the culture. So he probably was just like, oh, well, he's like one of us anyway, even though he's not necessarily. So I get it. Act thought we forgot about pre-pandemic. Honestly, man, everything before the pandemic, it feels like a fever dream at this point. Like, what is 2019? I don't know. There was no life between 2019. It's just we just woke up from a damn dream. But yeah, no, I feel you. Let's keep it going. We're getting to the climax of this discussion.
I don't
care.
Hear what I'm saying.
It doesn't exist.
What I'm saying is
there's no word to get Asians angry like that.
Okay, I don't care if it's just words. Do whatever you can to incite them with whatever. Do whatever you can to incite them. Or even if it's religion, go disrespect their religion. Go do whatever. Because, by the way, we also have freedom of religion, right? Go do that. Go show up to synagogues, mosques, and all them other shits and do what you want to do to disrespect those religions, and let's see what happens. Leave black people alone, right? Like, I think you should do some demonstration at the mosque, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Let me ask you a question. Wouldn't it be cool if he goes to like who be at the mosque? That's Muslims. If he went there and he's seeing people kneeling and say, oh, y'all chimping out. Oh, y'all chimping. Oh, y'all kneeling? Y'all praying? Oh, y'all chimping out. Look at these motherfuckers chimping out right here. Look at them. They're all kneeling. They're chimping out. That would be amusing too, right?
I didn't say it was good. I've said
no, you said it was funny. Would that be amusing? Would it be amusing if he showed up to the mosque, he put the camera up, and he said, look at all these niggas. They're on their knees on the mat. They're chimping out.
Niggas, don't say that.
Okay.
First he said.
All right, suppose he
do this. See this, the heat at this point is all the way turned up from Act's end, right? And now, okay, all right.
Said that. No, suppose he said that. Would it be?
But you said they were the 9/11 hijackers were Saudi.
Okay, so you're trying to switch the conversation. You said when he had a conversation with black people, it was amusing. Brother, you said when he had a conversation with African Americans or whatever, it was amusing. Do you think that would be amusing if he showed up to one of these religious places where people are praying, knee on the mat, doing all this stuff, Allahu Akbar shit, and he grabs his camera and said, "Look at these motherfuckers chimping out." Would that be amusing to you?
I'm saying he should.
No, would it be amusing? Because you said it was amusing when he was talking to the blacks.
I said he shouldn't antagonize people that are.
All right, I know you said that, but you said it was amusing. You said it was funny. Would that be funny?
That's not funny.
Why is that not?
I don't know why that wasn't so damn, like, why was that hard for him to say? Obviously, it wasn't funny, right? Like he made the point at the beginning that the dude is ridiculous. And that by not having respect for people and what he was doing in public was not a good thing to be doing. I don't know why Sneako is like, why would you ever want to find yourself defending someone like that, right? Like everyone's mentioning here, to have DJ Akademiks as a voice of reason is kind of crazy. But here we are, okay? Here we are. And at this point, again, he's turning up the heat because I feel like he lost all his damn patience before going around in circles with Sneako. So now he's making the argument in a full-throated manner. He's saying, hey, you want to go ahead and disrespect everyone's sensibilities? Like, first you just think, oh, it's just like, oh, I'm just calling people a word. What, like, the word doesn't matter. And it's like, okay, but go ahead and start disrespecting their religions. Go ahead and start disrespecting what they care about, their culture, their families, like everything that they hold dear. And when they respond and react to that, you're just like, it's free speech, bro. Why are you chimping out? Okay. Okay. I'm just saying, listen, not going to catch me off my square if you doing that BS to me. Because listen, like I said, I got a family. I got people I got to provide for, to protect. Like, you want to do all that fuck shit, go ahead. You got it. Okay. You got it. But everybody ain't me. Okay. And I'm not saying that on some high and mighty thing. I'm just saying, like, some people got time. I say I ain't got time to respond to people acting like that, but I'm not everybody, okay? And so you don't really know who you're messing with at any given moment in time. So again, error on the side of caution. I don't know why like this was like such a hard thing for Sneako to understand, but let's keep it going.
Funny, but the ankle monitor on the black guy's foot, him doing that, why is that funny?
Because he first says, "What are those?" to his shoes, and then he looks at his shoe and he has an ankle monitor. That's fine.
Okay, so if he goes to
that's separate from the word.
Okay, so if he goes to the place where people are praying and they're bowing down on the mat, and he says, "What are those?" They're chimping out. That's funny. That would be pretty funny, right?
There's a difference between like worship and then being in public.
Whoa, Sneako, what you mean?
I don't think that's funny.
So that's not funny?
The difference is, the point I'm making is there's no word in. Is there a word? Is there a specific word? Like disrupting people who are praying peacefully, that's just unnecessary.
I'm disrupting homeless people who are minding their fucking homeless business.
I also said that that's wrong. You shouldn't be antagonizing people like that.
But you said it was funny, though. You said I would try to find the humor if he went to the place of worship and he was just like, yo, look, they're speaking like some other language. They're chimping out. Look, they're praying.
Okay, there's some things within the videos, like I pointed out, like the ankle monitor, that are objectively kind of funny. Like banter back and forth. One guy's filming. He's like, hey, forgot to record. Some of that stuff is situationally funny. In a vacuum, it's not. And the point is, there's no individual word that equates to that word where you're going to get the same reaction out of people. There's not.
Sneako, you're trying to make it about a word. I've told you this is about blatant disrespect.
I am trying to make it about a word.
And again.
And I said you shouldn't blatantly disrespect people.
Well, that's the point. I know you want to. There's always going to be a thing that will be disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if it's a word. It might be an action that might even not be violent, right? Like if he shows up to the mosque and everybody praying on them carpets, he whips on the carpet. Is that disrespectful or not?
That's literally illegal. That's public indecent.
Okay, all right. Answer the damn question. Okay, obviously, like that was a great way to frame it by Ak, right? It might not be a word always. It might be a particular action, but in every particular context, you could find a way that would rise to a certain level of disrespect to have someone want to do something to you as a result, right? Like, you don't really have to rack your brain that hard to understand that concept. There's something within any context, within any place, whether it is a religious building, whether it is you can go anywhere. People will find and most people who have some common sense understand how to read the room. In fact, this Chud the Builder guy knows how to read the room because he basically shows up in the room. He knows what is the line and says, for content, I'm going to cross it here today. Hey guys, I'm going to cross the line today for content. So he knows what the line is, right? Like we understand it. This is not a guy who's like willy-nilly. I just walked away and I accidentally walked past the line and offended everybody. No, this guy identifies the line and says, great, today's plan, walk past it. Let's what are we doing? What are we doing?
Like also pissing that
all right, he just does it. But all right, he spits on it. He spits on it. He spits on the rug.
What? Yeah, that's also considered assault.
He assaulted the rug?
Yeah, spitting on people is
no, not on the person. He just spit on the rug. He just disrespects it.
Yeah, that's wrong. What is the point?
Okay, he goes there.
What does this have to do with using it?
The point what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to
true, these racists are very calculated, even though they're low IQ. Oh yeah. Listen. Disrespect. You don't even have to be high IQ to understand disrespect. Disrespect is kind of like the first thing you get, right? Like if you were trying to use some high IQ disrespect, it would be like a multi-layered diss or something, and it'd be like, oh, I didn't even know that you just like a backhanded compliment, right? Is almost like a higher IQ level of disrespect because you had to, you got the compliment, but you had to realize oh, that didn't make me feel good, but you kind of said it with a smile, you kind of delivered it a certain way, but oh yeah, no, you don't. These guys, they don't have to do any of that because you don't need to be intelligent to be disrespectful. You just, again, there's a line, and most people can read it, and then you just cross it, and that's it. But yeah, let's keep it going.
Black people find an offense of things that they feel is offensive. You're like, well, why don't y'all just stop being offended by the word? However, if I then showcase a situation where another group of people, where someone tries to disrespect them, you can't repurpose the disrespect. You want black people to repurpose the disrespect.
Great. There's a great analogy here. Do you see how you're equating this individual word that doesn't have real meaning unless you to the holy?
Every word has meaning, brother.
The word of God compared to the word.
If the word has no meaning,
you are equating the word of God to a slur that is outdated.
Okay, you said that the words don't have meaning.
That's the whole point. You cannot have those two things.
If you claim words have no meaning,
God is not equivalent to this individual word.
Okay, if you say word has no meaning, say now. Oh,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you to say it because it should have no meaning, right? There's a.
This is not funny. Because see, even Ak knows. See, this is guys. we're learning today, right? We're learning today. I'm gonna bring it back right there. I saw this, like I saw a clip of this particular part here on stream, and I was like, I watched it before it happened. I watched this part, this one part, before I got on the stream today, and I noticed, oh, smart move by Ak. He blurted it out when he was on stream. He basically, you know, he says to Sneako, and this is where you're gonna see the pause. Then go.
All right, you said that the words don't have meaning.
That's the whole point. You cannot have those two
if you said if you claim words have no meaning,
it's not equivalent to this individual word.
Okay, if you say word has no meaning, say now.
Yeah. He basically said, say F Allah right now. Right? That's what he said. And obviously, he ain't saying it. Right? He ain't saying that. I'm trying to describe to you. I'm trying to describe to you what he was saying. And I'm trying to cross the line of like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to relay what he was saying. Because even I know, as I mentioned, I have 2 brain cells to put together, more than that. And I realized, like, you got to watch. Again, people have different sensibilities. Don't be dumb. And this dude, at this moment, his face froze. You know why? Because like I mentioned earlier, he got caught on the internet before. Not caught, like he thought he was being funny. He was making fun of Muslims, and they handed him his ass, okay? they handed him his ass. This is like 2023 lore back here, guys. This is like, again, this is like right in the pandemic. You're in the middle of a work day, and you can just turn a stream on in the background and let the time go by. And dude was on here dancing, and then he found out the hard way that these people are not playing, okay? They are not playing because, again, when you cross a certain level of disrespect, people will make you pay, right? And so all of a sudden now, which I have my soundboard, he froze up, right? Because he knows better.
Oh,
is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you to say it because it should have no meaning, right? There's a fucking meaning to it, right? Clearly, okay. Like you wouldn't say that, right? Because there's an intended meaning if you're saying.
I see the point that you're making. How are you equating?
Words have meaning, brother.
And what we about to watch right now is, see, this is actually perfect place to freeze it. Because here's where the coping starts. Because obviously it has meaning. Obviously he wouldn't say it. And obviously he gets that it's disrespectful. So to just act like, hey, I'm just saying words. Why are you chimping out? Why are you just feeling a certain way? Why, like, what is it that you can't understand that, like, you shouldn't let these things control you, when he knows he wouldn't even say the very thing that's disrespectful to the people of his religion, right? He also understands. And again, like I said, he's half Haitian. Like there's this weird thing that him and like I've seen Myron do. It's just like, you guys are like black. Why do y'all never take any offense to black people just straight up being disrespected in different contexts? But you're able to kind of apply it and defend other people for whatever weird reasons. Like these dudes are out here, like you'll find this guy out here trying to defend Nick Fuentes and all these, like, again, ridiculous characters. And it's just like, hey, you know, you probably shouldn't defend the dude who's talking that much shit about black people, right? It's like, I can't do that. It's not in my DNA to do that.
How are you equating God, disrespecting God, the Almighty, something that we have faith in, to something that only has meaning if we attribute meaning to it? God has meaning without us.
So
this hard R
so
word.
You can't disrespect God, but you can disrespect a whole group of people.
That you give to it,
brother. You're saying so. What you just told me, you can't disrespect God. Okay, get it, and I agree. But you can disrespect an entire group of people, and your solution to that is that the entire group of people should just not be offended. Because you're doing both. Whether you say the hardy R or you say.
This is the creator of the universe versus outdated slur. You cannot.
And that, guys, is what you call getting your ass handed to you, okay? That is what you call getting your ass handed to you. Well, listen, you can't compare the creator of the universe to... No, the concept is the same. We're talking about disrespect. Because you're like, do you think... And guys, I already said this. I'm personally not religious. But like, let's argue from within that frame, right? Do you think the creator of the universe is offended by some like random dude on like Twitch? It's not the actual creator of the universe. It's the people who subscribe to the belief of the creator in the universe who are then affected and upset by the disrespect of what you're saying about that creator of the universe. That's really what it is, right? Because if the creator of the universe is really there and he wants to do something about it, he don't need people to do anything for him, right? I think we can all agree on that. But it's the people who get offended by you who are the ones that you typically have the problem with. So why are you playing dumb like you don't understand the difference? Like what are we talking about? Like I don't get it. And now he's trying to stand on this like moral high ground, like, oh, we're comparing a word to the creator of the universe. No, dummy, we're comparing a concept of disrespect versus like respect, right? Like, what are we talking about? Let's see. A good point. Sneako got beat so bad by the Muslims that he ended up joining the culture. Yeah, yeah. It's like he got jumped into a gang. Yeah, they taught this man disrespect. He like they basically took the belt. They gave him a spanking. He went out there on the stream like he had King Jong-un or like some dude telling him, you need to read this message right now and disavow everything you said. And he did it because he knows better. Like literally, like it was one of the funniest things online because I was just like, yo, he let the fame get to his head. He was blowing up. The channel was getting big really fast, and he thought he can say whatever he wanted to without the consequences. And it's like, nah, like we got free speech. Again, freedom of speech does not mean freedom of consequences. You want to say some dumb shit online, expect some dumbass results in return. Let's keep it going.
Equate the two.
Outdated slur to who?
Those in the same category.
Outdated slur to who? To you.
That's how it should be.
It's outdated to you. Clearly, if you look socially, the majority of people, even outside the black community, realize that word still holds some meaning. So in your maybe skewed Chud the Builder fanboy mind,
it only holds the meaning that we still attribute to it because slavery is over. The same way, we'll go back full circle, that this word is becoming the most popular word in hip hop. My 21 Savage, my choppa hates niggas. 21 Savage could say, my choppa hates niggas. And everyone's like, fine. They turn up to it in the club. If a white guy says that, everyone freaks out.
We've all said
it's
it has
the same word.
Yo,
it's the same intention.
We've all said that both words.
And real quick, he's arguing a different point, right? Like, I just want to address that really quick because I feel like I've tried to talk about this on the channel before too. Right now, we have zoomed back out, right, from what the initial argument was. And it was, hey, this Chud guy is using it in a context that is literally demeaning. He's actually trying to disrespect people. He's actually trying to put people down and using it as rage bait content. And then when they react to them, he is further disrespecting them by saying, you're chimping out, aka you're a monkey, right? Every black person knows being called a monkey is a form of disrespect, right? Especially from some white racist dude. It's even worse, okay? So, no, the dude is not singing a song like 21 Savage. The dude is literally trying to be offensive. That is the context. Like, again, there's a difference. Context will always matter. And he's now trying to say, oh, you know, some people just get offended by the word. Listen, there are some people who just like reflexively get upset by the word. And for those people, I don't agree with it either. If, again, the context is not to offend, the context is like you're singing a song or something like that. But again, like, I can't tell, like, I mentioned this before, I can't tell people how to react. I wouldn't react a way if someone's singing a song. I'm like, okay, the context is you're singing a song. I don't think you're trying to be offensive. It doesn't really bother me. But that's me. Some people, they don't like, you can't even say that's a line they will not allow. Everyone's different. But that's not who we're talking about in this video. We're talking about someone who uses the word to be disrespectful. And so why are we sweeping for him? Keep it going.
It's like if you study, and I'm about to butcher this word, etymology, and you know the root of words and how it progresses. It's like if I say, Sneako, you're cap. I'm not speaking about this. I'm clearly speaking about
on the ground.
The word cap has a different meaning, right? So hold on. So you keep saying
change the meaning of this word.
Okay,
that's the point.
Okay. However, when that naturally happens,
have you seen Chud's Give Send Go? All racists are donating and validating his antics. No, I actually haven't. But man, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm glad you told me that because I might. I'm still determining whether or not I'm going to do a stream or a regular video for it. But if I'm going to do a video for it, this kind of goes back to this. Like, I did a video. It must have been last year at this point. But there was this lady, again, internet culture BS. It was this lady who basically called some kid on a playground the N-word. And same deal. She got called out online and people were talking about her. She went and signed up a Give, Send, Go, and she got a ton of donations. And it wound up being this whole big thing. So I'm not surprised. I basically stopped being surprised by this, but I would like to see, I will find that because I feel like it'll be good context for the video of like, hey, you know, the same shit is happening today, right? So yeah, I forgot her name, but like, yeah, I got a video on it. And dude, We might even go back for some like story time in the fun comment section of the earlier days of this channel. But like I got roasted for that video by the same people who likely donated to her. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Let's keep it going.
It happens. What I'm saying now is that nigga and the hard ER, they mean two very different things. And they're going to get two very different emotions.
Because society moved on, because we allowed them to change their meaning. That's the point.
It was Shiloh. There you go. Yep. Shiloh Hendricks. Yep. That was her. Yeah. I remember that lady now. Another ridiculous person online.
No, you're being so...
Let go of the societal...
The people
funny is she's
who
a
are
Jew.
offended
Let
by...
go of the hurt.
Make no damn sense.
All right, so them niggas in Palestine should let go of the goddamn hurt that Israel doing to them. Let it go.
Okay.
The fuck?
The fact that you're not able to comprehend...
No. You're saying that black people should let go of the hurt, but I'm saying, all right, you own that Palestine shit, them niggas should let go of the hurt. Or the fuckery that goddamn Israel been putting them through.
This is such a dumb analogy.
How?
Genocide's happening now. Slavery ended how long ago?
No, slavery more important than whatever happened with that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Word up.
Slavery ended, 250 years ago? The genocide's happening right now. And also, there's no word to talk about Palestinians the same way there is about black people.
Listen. If you think that black people should let go of the hurt of slavery, I think them Palestinian niggas should let go of the fucking hurt of them bombs that got dropped. Facts.
Okay, it's happening right now. And also, you're saying
word. I'm actually saying that to say nobody's going to ever let go of their hurt.
This isn't...
No.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to make an inflammatory point to make the point, right? Like clearly, like this is one of those things where, yes, I'm obviously speaking for him, but I don't think he honestly thinks that, right? But in order to get the point across, he's like, hey, like you're saying just let go of your hurt. He's like, okay. Tell the people who are like literally feeling pain, suffering, and have entire communities being decimated. Even if you're not there, like I have a friend, very close friend of mine, who has family there, and he lives here. By all accounts, he's American, but he has family members that he has not heard from anymore, and all these different things going on. Imagine me hitting up my guy right now and be like, hey, you should just forget all that. It's stupid. Like what kind of like, how dumb would I have to be to really try to get away with that, right? And it's the same thing. Like you can't tell people what they care about. Like it's, you can tell them what you care about, but it's kind of hard to just like dismiss the sensibilities of others. I get it. You can try to advocate for your point and why you think for certain things they should feel a certain way. But like, again, this is where a little discernment is important. Be smart, right? Don't be a dummy here. Sneako's empathy completely flips and switches when the topic switches from blacks to Palestinians. Yeah, again, cognitive dissonance, right? Cognitive dissonance, 100%. This is it, 100%. This is it, 100% applied. If you're talking about black people, all of a sudden he's trying to find every single angle to allow a white supremacist slide. But you're talking about Palestinians, and rightfully so, he is doing all he can to defend them. I'm like, okay, great. Take that same energy, apply it to other people, and like we're great. We get some consistency in the world. Like again, listen, cognitive dissonance is something that we all have. But I'm always of the view that when it is pointed out, like you might, like the thing about cognitive dissonance is that you're typically not aware of it, right? But like once you're made aware of it, like, hey, by the way, these two things are internally inconsistent. You want to deal with that? At that moment, I'm like, well, damn, you got me. I got to think about this now and think about how I really feel about this. Some people just don't do that, though. They just double down, look at you dead in the face. Like, what are you talking about? It's the same. Or they do what he's doing, where it's just like you kind of move the goalposts, or you kind of push away what it is that you're actually like you make a different point, and then you argue on that different point rather than the point that was actually being addressed at the time. But that is the game in sweeping for bullshit. So all right.
It makes sense. No one's gonna let go of their hurt, right? The Palestinians ain't gonna let go
of their hurt all the time. People let go. Why do you think white people aren't offended by the word crime? Asian people aren't.
What hurt they went through? I want to hear this one. Hold on, I gotta take a shot. I was even gonna drink the stream. I want to hear the hurt that white people went through.
Some white people probably get offended by being
No. We're talking about history and hurt. Okay.
Yeah.
Like for example, in like 20 years from now, for the Palestinians, the hurt of what's happening now will be felt. Same with the Jewish people for the Holocaust.
Individual word. You still haven't given an individual word.
Listen, you're now still stuck over the word because you can't actually argue about the intended meaning. The intended meaning is to tap back into the hurt that word stands for.
right, and my point is that there's no other word in the English language that has that much emotion attached to it other than that word.
Oh man.
It's the most powerful word in the English language.
It's the most
That's why
direct.
it's used all over
Hold on.
hip-hop.
And I'm gonna lie to you. This is probably the most pro-black I've ever sounded. Because usually I'm like really, but this Chud dude, he's like anybody who actually agrees with him is all about regressing in racial relations.
Honestly, this is kind of funny. I'm sorry, I'm going to make a separate point here, but like it is true. Like I was saying before, politically, it's kind of hard to place Ak, right? Because he's kind of all over the place. The thing that he particularly cares about at any given moment in time, it's hard to box him, right? But like he's just saying, like this is the most pro-black we've ever heard him sound. I'm gonna be very honest here. This is not the position that you would have Akademiks in. Okay, and like I said, listen. I'm a fan because he's from my hood. Like I like, we're a very similar age, and I think he's a pioneer for what he's done in this YouTube kind of streaming thing, especially for hip hop content. But like, I ain't coming to act for political takes, right? Like I'm just like he's gonna say some dumb shit, but like here he is making a pretty decent argument, like honestly, right now. I got him here. White's never been through history of the other groups. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, like. What are we talking about right now, man?
And I think we're at a decent place.
Oh, and also it's just funny. Look at a lot of his like. What are we saying? He skipped out on that question. Okay, I'm not reading that. All right. Actually, I'm not reading this chat. I was gonna try to say what some of the people were saying because I saw some interesting stuff, but like this is brain rot. I'm not gonna read their chat at all. I'm not reading Ak's chat. Dude has like 20,000 plus people in a thread at any given moment in time. Everyone just says something and thinks it's not going to be seen. So, I ain't doing that. But no, I was going to say it's interesting because, again, like he was right to mention at this point, dude is just like harping on like, but say the word that would make this happen. It's like that's not even the point anymore, dude. We're there. Both their chats are brain rot. Oh yeah. Brain rot chat is like a real thing.
I like the fact that black and white people ain't beefing. I like that. You know what I mean? So when I see somebody like this, it disgusts me. And anybody who actually could see any nuance in what he's doing, other than that this guy's a piece of shit and racist, I start looking at you.
Absolutely,
and that's why I'm questioning you because I'm like, you seem to be seeing clear what's going on over with Palestine and Israel. Nigga, you don't live there. You ain't even been in. Have you been to Israel? Have you been to Israel? Have you been to Israel?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you been to motherfucking whatever they call Palestine? You been there?
What is the argument here?
The point is that I'm over here, and I'm talking about socially to make sure that what's going on in our country, especially with race relations, because it's been one of the most the things that has torn us apart as a country. And when I see any hint of that, I don't like it. And you're over here talking about this genocide going on overseas, like man.
You said that you don't want anti-black, anti-white racism. You don't want division. The only way we can get to that division and get
is to get Chud the Builder out of the way.
No, it's
facts.
Inciting violence on Chud the Builder. It's not allowing
one race to say a word and get triggered and another.
If Charleston White says the word, no one gets angry. If Chud the Builder says it, everybody gets angry. If you actually want equality, then words for any race have the same meaning. That's equality.
We might let this go for like another 3 minutes. I feel like the main points I wanted to get across and see have been said already. And now we're going to start doing this thing again where they start going around in circles. But I didn't see past this part, so I'm going to let it go on for a little bit more to see if we find something interesting. And then if not, we'll get towards the end of the final thoughts of the stream here. Let's keep it going. There's apparently 15 minutes more of this conversation, but part of me feels like 7 minutes of it is going to be Sneako trying to rehash the same thing and not land the plane of his actual point, right? So let's see what's happening.
You say you're pro-black. I'm pro-human. Humans altogether should not allow this to divide us. How are you letting a word divide you and put you in separate places? When black people say the same exact word, it's a term of endearment. When white people say it, so many people think you should act violently. That is segregation. That's the issue.
So let me ask you a question.
Everybody should have the equal meaning attached to this word.
So you do realize that if someone who is oppressed does a action,
ignoring context,
mimics an action
completely
that the oppressor does, it's not the same thing. For example, if
you think black people are still, how are black people being oppressed right now?
Historically, black people are probably one of the most
Hold on.
Wait.
Right now.
Well,
Right now.
you're always going to feel remnants of it.
I don't want to live in a victimhood mentality. I don't want to live in the past.
All right, no, listen, I'm not that person that uses racism as whatever for every excuse. But you can't write the history of America without understanding what slavery has done to this entire country. It's a reason why the inner cities. Okay, so because hold on. So even if I'm, and maybe some people would definitely argue that it still exists now. Even if I don't argue that, I would argue that everything we see now, when we look back 2 generations ago, you basically are going to see clear side effects. Clear side effects.
Hold on. I ain't gonna lie. As a Drake fan, you're sounding a lot like a Kendrick Lamar fan right now.
No.
2 generations ago. I'm talking about right now, not all in the past and the,
Brother, you can't write the history of the United States. You cannot write the history.
What kind of dumbass point was that? I'm sorry, guy. I'm sorry. Like, what kind of dumbass point was that? That was like, dude is really reaching right now, right? Like, what are we talking about? Like, you sound like a Kendrick. What? That was so stupid. He thought he cooked. He thought he cooked with that. He saw the little grin he got right there. Oh man, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him real quick. Nah, man, because you are obfuscating. You're not like addressing the actual point. And now we're like, again, we kind of just went back like a half hour of the discussion trying to even get to this point. Dude is just trying to say, hey, it's not just a random word. There's context behind it. Understand the context. That's it, right? Like, it's very simple. Even if we're not talking that like we live in a current era of slavery or whatever it might be, there are feelings that people have associated to that history because that history runs deep. And there's a lot of things that are built off of it. And like when a dude like Chud shows up and decides to basically lean into every single racist trope, then even if you weren't born in that era, you don't know personally a lot of the things that our ancestors might have experienced, you're still just like, well, this dude is like what I see in my nightmares. Like this dude is like what I would think about like some KKK folks on my lawn with a burning cross. Like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? I'm good on this. And that, like, it took someone that ridiculous to bring out Ak and make Ak look like the most pro-black person that we've ever seen. And again, he's not, like I said, it's hard to put him in a political box because he's not out here doing this kind of stuff, right? The problem with Sneako's argument is he wants blacks to just ignore Chuds as if he's nobody, but will be the same guy to collab with Chud as if he's somebody after he's gained popularity. Exactly. This is kind of the problem I have with Myron sometimes too. Like I said, like I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 with these guys because like there's a lot that I could like. I think Sneako's ridiculous right today, right? This whole argument, like, what are we talking about, right? Dude makes no damn sense. But when it comes to his artistic side and stuff like that, I'm like, I'm a fan, right? And it's the same with Myron. Like, dude works extremely hard. Like, I am fighting to get a fraction of the level of consistency to do this YouTube thing as that dude has done. And I'm just like, even trying to do it, I can respect the game. I can respect the hustle. I can respect the grind. And I can respect like the diversity and the ability to like learn so much about different topics and talk about it in a generally entertaining way. But also, I'm like, you guys would be quick to defend some fuck shit from Chud the Builder, invite him on stream, be friendly with him, and do all these things. And it's just like, you know, you're not acknowledging what the other side is saying about him, but you're very, very friendly to what he's saying. So it's almost just like, again, it's that contrarian clout. You know what I'm saying? It's like everyone hates this guy right now. And so I'm going to use that notoriety to also kind of boost up whatever I'm doing. And that's exactly what he's doing here. I reached out to him to tell him you need to chill. And he probably next would have been like, get on stream. We can talk about it. That's what he's probably going for until the dude said, nah, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to go out here and do some more IRL racist streams. And again, got caught up in that fight a day or two ago. So it's probably how this whole thing went down.
We don't need to do BLM.
No. It's not BLM. It's not BLM thing.
What's the impression?
No. You're not. You see, you're trying to be obtuse. I've never even argued that black people are being oppressed right now. I'm saying that the history. Hold on. Wait, brother. The history has to be respected and always acknowledged. The same way how when it comes to the Jewish people, their history of how they were persecuted with the Holocaust has to be respected and acknowledged. Yeah. These things are the reasons why they're living how they're living, and we living how we living. And 200 years from now, the Palestinians will be living how they're living. That's the reality of it. This whole like, oh, this shit is over, get over it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, come on, what are you talking about, bro?
My point is you have to let go of victim mentality. It holds you back more than any of the control mechanisms that we imagine in our heads
Except
about BLM.
Except Sneako, you're arguing a point I never said. I never said nothing about victim mentality.
Exactly,
I said there. Okay, but
the only way to get rid of this and get rid of the hurt is to move on. If you live in the past, if you hold on to a victim mentality, you never let the hurt heal. Let it heal.
Yo, Sneako, if somebody smoke your mama, you let it go?
Okay. Dude,
no, on some real shit. Because yo,
That's
it sounds
funny.
stupid for you to tell people to let go of the hurt. You don't think you sound?
Ultimately, you should. That is the way to grow, is to let go and to forgive. That is growth. That is how you get over it. Holding on to hate forever.
You talking
is how
ideals?
live with
You always, this is your issue. You always talking like this ideal type of thing. Yo, the history of the world, the history of the fucking world is actually shaped by historical events that niggas have never let go. It's a reason why right now you go to Germany, you even throw up a goddamn anywhere, they're making sure you're out of there. You know why? History
All
just
the way out
doesn't
of
right
there.
away and everybody forgets and, oh, we all forgiven, we're healing. People ain't Sneako. What the fuck? Like the whole world is shaped by pain, wars, is shaped by shit that has changed the trajectory of life. People have been exterminated. That's caused other people to realize, hey, we got to make sure it never gets to this again because we know what happened last time. This whole let's kumbaya, let's forget. What are you talking about, Sneako?
It's not kumbaya.
Yeah, listen. I, like, two things can be true at the same time. Like, would I agree on a general idea? Like, at some point, we have to know how to heal and move on. Sure. But that's after a time of reflection and processing and just generally having people understand how to deal with that pain, hurt, and everything they felt in that moment in time, right? In the moment if something just happens, you don't just get up and just like, hey, I need you to get up and move the fuck on. That's not a thing. That's not how this works. So the idea about like, it's like, again, Sneako's making, funny comment, BBW Sneako. You're probably the only one to say that all day. I'm going to be very honest. Be very honest here, man. But listen, thanks for joining the stream. I respect the dissent of view here, but nah, I'm gonna just drop another L for Sneako real quick. It's just to say, like, listen, like, he's making a point that no one even disagreed with or no one was even arguing against. Like, yes, at some point you should be able to move on and you should. But like, again, he's just saying do it without acknowledging the pain and everything that exists before it. And he's only doing that with the topics that aren't near and dear to him. Right? Like he's not telling, like, oh man. Like I mentioned before, I give him credit. He's an advocate for the plight of the Palestinians and all this. He's not going to tell the people who lost their entire families, just like, hey, dude, like, get over it. Like, you're alive. Just move on. Like, he's not doing that. He wouldn't do that. He knows that's a ridiculous position. So for him to just say that now, again, cognitive dissonance.
This is the way forward. It's to
forget slavery?
Why let somebody hurt you that bad? Why let this one word hurt you that way? You're giving somebody else power. You're letting them.
You're way smarter than how you're coming across. I'm telling you, if it's not the word, it's going to be something else, right? Like, it could be a symbol. I'm not too. It's going to be something that reminds you of the pain. It is, and that is going to be sacred, or it's going to be don't fuck with it. In everything that carries some, nobody just forgets. What I'm saying, you're just saying, oh, well, why can't y'all change the word, brother? There is pain there. It won't go away. If it's a word or something else, and you're acting like the guy's trying to say the word just harmlessly. No, he's trying to evoke pain. So if it was a symbol, he would fuck with that. If it was a place, he'd fuck with that.
Culture, race, these things shouldn't be defined on hurt. Allowing black culture to be defined off of slavery is living in a victim consciousness. Jews allowing
never said that.
This way is defining Jewish identity based off of something horrible.
Your childhood helped define what you became. You can't erase history, brother. And you're always a product, not only of your environment, but historical choices.
Based off of hurt, or do we only want to unify based off of hurt and pain and trauma? Or do we want to unify based off of something greater? Do we want to give power to words that are strong, that are empowering, that are good? This is what should trigger us. We should hear a word like, hey, you're black, and we should be happy about this. We should be emotionally manipulated in a positive way. We should remember things that make us happy.
Sneako, you know what I realized?
Are you guys gaslit at this point? Do you like all right. We're probably gonna end this conversation soon. What is he on? That like we are so far beyond what it is that we were talking about. He's trying to talk about feeling empowered. Like, where does defending this dude who walks out in the world to offend people and make content off of it, and understanding that context matters, and understanding that, like, let's not be ridiculous here and obtuse and not understand that. Are we now getting to this place where he's trying to like stretch it to like, hey, I want you to know that we should be empowered. It's like, be empowered by what? This dude calling me the N-word? Like, the fuck are you talking about? How am I supposed to feel empowered by that? Like, no, fuck that guy, right? Like what are we talking about? Like, this is like KZ. My pet peeve about these Palestinian advocates is those people are on the other side of the world. Why do we care so much about them over the people in our own country? You know, again, I get the sentiment too. And I feel a couple ways about this, because like I feel like there's people like, I feel like I'm rehashing 2024 war stuff. No, sorry, not war stuff, election stuff, but all right, I'll say this. There's people that I feel like going into the election, this was their only issue. This is the only thing they cared about, right? And they're like, my vote or my non-vote will depend upon who I think will or will not, serve my interests in regards to that particular issue. And when that's like the lens that's applied to it, I personally can't agree to it either. Right? It isn't saying I wouldn't care about the issue, but I'm just saying, like, again, there are multiple things to worry about. And particularly what happens with my family here at home that I do have also a greater interest in is, again, more important to me than anything else. Right. And it isn't saying you don't care about, like, you wouldn't want to see peace around the world. You wouldn't want to see people who are in a less fortunate position than you be in a better position. And you wouldn't want to see that wrapped up. But like, I agree with you when you say, hey, like, why is it that like, that's the only thing someone would care about to the detriment of others, or just like not care about anything else? From that perspective, I agree with you, right? Like, I'm like, I can care about what happens around the world, but like, I also should make clear, I acknowledge that more realistically, what's happening here at home with my family, my own situation, is more important to me. And I think that's okay. I feel like there's unfortunately this bit of, the right word for it. It's a bit of like a performative nature, right? Of like, it's almost like a, I'm better than you because I care more kind of thing. And I'm just like, that's why, for Ak walking around and saying, I don't care about what's happening over there, I only care about what's happening about black people here. It sounds kind of harsh and it sounds kind of crazy, but it's also, like I said, a bit more honest, because like realistically, like, I'm not going to care about I don't even care about a situation with my neighbor more than I care about what's happening in my own household, right? Let alone what's happening across the world. Like, that's just like the reality, and everyone knows it, whether or not you admit it or not. Like, it's clearly true, right? So, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I don't disagree with that sentiment. KZ, this one's for you, KZ. How is Dr. Umar racist towards white people? This is a funny one, actually. I mean, and KZ, you could drop your thoughts in here, but I'll kind of just speak about how I think about this too. I'm not gonna lie, I do think. Wait, did you mention something about Umar and I missed it? Oh no, okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Like, I used to like Dr. Umar because I thought he was an interesting character, but like in the past couple of years, I can't stand Umar. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Umar kind of seems like a straight up fraud to me, man. Man. If we're asking the question, how is he racist to white people? I think I would argue he is a little racist to white people, insofar as he takes being pro-black, I think, to an extent of being anti-white sometimes. Where am I going with this? It just feels like, I don't know. I mean, look, on one hand, it's a bit of a joke too, right? Like what's that stupid thing he says? Will be like black queens forever, no bunnies never, right? It's funny. It is funny, but also like, I feel like he became the meme where it's like, if you're a black dude and you were dating a white woman, or just someone who's not black, he's gonna like show up. Gonna show up like he's gonna show up somewhere like a Grim Reaper looking for you. Man, I'm sorry, I'm doing a little bit of rambling right now, but if I'm gonna make a concise point, I would say sometimes I feel like he roams into the realm of being anti-white instead of just being purely pro-black, which I don't think there's a problem with, obviously. But I think sometimes he kind of gets some weird places. Where am I going with this? I don't know. Sorry. Anyways, Dr. Umar's funny. You're reminded me about this clip I did for Dr. Umar, and I might pull it up because I had to make fun of him. Actually, it was a short I did like a year ago. It didn't really take off or anything, but I stand by it 100%. Abba and Preach wouldn't be allowed at a Dr. Umar event after what they just got. Honestly, yo, oh man, that's funny. That is actually something I think I wanted to cover, but I was like, damn, I'm really about to go through like this like long ass video. I still might do it. But like, oh yeah, no, that was funny. Yeah. Yeah, man. Abba done messed up. He done messed up with that one, right? Like talking all this smack. Here's the thing, right? He might say, I'm not trying to be the moral high horse, but they absolutely not. I wouldn't say preach, but Abba definitely kind of portrayed himself as this like super moral arbiter kind of dude. And like, my guy, you got some Philippine girl pregnant. Like, Dr. Umar would not invite you anywhere. He would be highly upset with you. So I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Damn, man. Yeah, you're right, actually. There's some fun content this week. Well, I'm here today. We'll see what we got to do over the next 2 or 3 days. The weekend is long. The weekend is long with content to fill. All right, let's keep it going. We're almost wrapped here. If these guys don't get to a decent point, we might go to after topics soon. But let's keep it going.
Pain.
I think you only have these type of thoughts because like you like this mulatto. I don't even know if you know what you are. Like, what do you consider yourself? Like, respectfully. And
I don't know how many times you had this conversation.
The reason. No. Wait. The reason why I say that, because if you ask any person, and based on your stupid ass logic you just said, is that
what stupid logic? Like you comparing Palestine, like
no.
to Muslim?
No,
like
your stupid logic of it should be about coming to get like everything that has to do with my life. If I'm not here, right? I'm not here in America if my mom didn't make certain sacrifices. I'm not where I lived in Jamaica if my family there didn't survive slavery. Yes, it was slavery in the Caribbean. Everything matters on the past. You can't just be like, oh, fuck the past. We're just like here. You can't have a connection to a strong, legitimate background or lineage if you're saying, fuck the past, let's move on. What are you talking about? And that's why I use your racial. That's why I use your racial makeup, because put it like this: people that come from France, they have a certain disposition based on like what happened in that country. Their great grandfather fought in that war. Blah blah blah. Like these are actual things.
And ideally, they don't crash out over a word. My point is, look, my dad's from Haiti, right? Haiti was the first independent slave nation. These people, they killed their slave masters, and in 1804, they led that slave revolution. To this day, Haitians will call anybody who's not dark-skinned black. Well, hold on, let me finish my point. They'll call anybody who's not dark-skinned black, blanc. You know what this meant at the time of the revolution? It meant slave master. It's since been repurposed to mean anybody who's not dark-skinned. This is a nation who moved on from this word, who changed that meaning. And although it does have an origins of that slave time, it doesn't elicit the same hurt. If people call me blanc in Haiti, am I going to crash out and say, I'm not a slave master? Hey. I understand. Wait, Ak, it's just a word.
All right. So again, you're trying to do the like, the mouse brain thing again.
But should I crash out over that? If someone in Haiti calls me blanc, should I crash out and say I'm not a slave master?
Hold on. I think you should crash out if your great grandfather died in a war that helped free the slaves, and they clown the fact that your great grandfather got killed in that war. I think you should crash out.
I should crash out over something.
Yes, I think you should.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna wrap this soon. Again, this guy has moved the goalpost so damn much. He's now moved it to the point of just like, is simply uttering the word enough to make someone crash out? And it's like, that was never the point of this conversation, right? The point of this conversation is if some racist dude is walking around on stream and using the word to antagonize you, or anyone else is using the word to antagonize you, demean you, and use it in the same context in which it was used before, then is it a problem and should you be offended? And to that, it would be yeah. And the question would be, is there a reason why people are offended by it? And the answer would be, obviously. And now he's kind of making it seem like, oh, if someone just said something that was once a problem, but is not currently a problem, why would you take issue with it? And it's like, dude, that's not what anyone ever said. Like that's I don't even know. Like, what? Like, all right, guys, maybe this is what happens. Maybe this is what happens when you're on stream for a couple of hours and you're just like, listen, I got to get a win today, right? And you just like right now I am in, we've been going for about what, an hour, 53 minutes, right? Maybe you get to a certain point where your brain just gets cooked. You hop on Discord, you try to win an argument, and then you think to yourself, well, I don't even remember what I was arguing about. So I'm going to hop on here and I'm just going to try to walk away with a feeling of winning something, even if it doesn't even make sense. Because I think that's what we're experiencing right now. I think that's what we're seeing right now. And in a little bit, I might start arguing for Sneako. Like, hey, he's actually right. No, no, I'm not going to allow myself to get that damn cooked. I won't do it. I want Jolly Somali out of jail so he can antagonize Sneako with the words 24/7. Let's see if he ignores. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another dude. That's another dude who thinks you can do anything for the sake of the stream, not to learn the hard way. Then go ahead, you mess around in certain countries, you will find out. And listen, that's one of those things I say too, right? People talk about free speech and all these different things here, and like, all the crazy things in America. And I'm like, listen, guys, do not take America and do not take being American for granted, okay? Or even if you're not American but you live here, like, even when we're talking about freedom of speech and we're talking about what it is that our government allows, it's really different from a lot of other countries, right? In some countries, you don't get to just go over there and say whatever you want, do whatever you want. And it's like the government is just like, hey, I don't like that. There are some limits on freedom of speech, obviously, but like, we won't come after you for most things. Nah, that doesn't apply around the world. You want to go around the world and act like an idiot, then they might just put your dumb ass in jail like they did Johnny Somali, or like they did Vitali's dumbass self. I mean, he's back now doing dumb things here again, but like, he had to spend some time in, like, what was that, South Korea, after messing around with some of the locals there, thinking that you can just get away with it. And it's like, some people F around and find out. But yeah, nah, I mean, dude's acting like, oh, it's just words, bro. It doesn't matter. What are we talking about? All right, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. I'm probably going to Philippines. All right. Yeah. That makes more sense. South Korea is like one of our like biggest trading partners. And I know that they have probably stricter rules for some things than us, but like they're pretty good over there. Philippines makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Yeah. The South Korea. Love my phone here from y'all, but all right. let's keep it going. What am I? Yeah, all right. We got am I gonna wrap this? I feel like we're close. I feel like I don't want to be a quitter and I want to wrap the conversation, but I feel like the conversation's going nowhere right now, because now Sneako's bringing up random points that we don't even care about anymore. All right, well, let it run for a little bit, and then we might do one or two after topics, and then we'll call the stream.
That's your fucking lineage. Yeah, that's your fucking lineage. You should crash out. You should.
Okay, so then what about other black people calling you nigga? Like, does that not remind you of slavery?
No, you're now trying to switch the point. What I'm trying to say is that it's not necessarily about the word. It's about the struggle, the hate. It's about the struggle and the pain.
It was struggle and hate when black people were all slaves. That was struggle and hate. There were
I ain't gonna lie. I am for if someone
house slaves that were in charge and using that same word in the same way.
Yo, if someone's family and lineage, died sacrificing themselves for whatever plight, and someone came to bring that pain back and disrespect them, I think that's a crash out offense.
Yeah, that is wrong, and that's when intentions are wrong. But the word itself in a vacuum.
But using the word is tapping into it. That's what I'm saying. Get the word out of here. The word is the key to tapping into that. It's the easiest key to say one thing to tap into that. My thing, once you tap into it, all bets are off. All bets are off.
You're right. The intentions are wrong. If somebody has the motive to intentionally hurt somebody in that way, that's wrong.
That's what Chud the Builder is doing.
We shouldn't try to intentionally hurt people, and I say that that's wrong. But that word in and of itself, even if it was Chud, we've seen countless videos of white people saying it in public, and they get hurt. Nonstop, the rhetoric online is, if a white person ever said that, I'm going to smack him. Even if a white person sings along to a Drake song and they say it, hey, don't say that. Hey, don't say that.
Yo,
yeah, I think everyone doesn't have that view. I get what he's saying. There are some people who have that view, and I talked about that earlier. But that, again, that's not even what we were arguing, right? And all right, I feel like this is a good place to probably pin it. I'm going to just like, yeah, this is probably a good place to pin it. I'm going to just say after this conversation, we're going to transition a little bit here. After this conversation, apparently this Chud dude, he went and got on his Twitter. I'm kind of afraid to pull up his Twitter because it's kind of gross, but like, it's fine because it's going to be funny where we're going with this. I think at least we'll see. So after this conversation, dude gets on there and says, the FBI interviews me for not paying 2 advertisers. Okay. I feel like I got to give you guys more context for the employed here. So before this class, so all right, again, we went and having viewer discretion is advised. Absolutely, KZ. I might not click through this guy's Twitter because it's crazy. I won't play the videos because like you will hear the hard ERs left and right. Like I literally tried to check to see if I could find a clip to give you guys context before we started the stream, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. But we'll just say, again, this clown, like before he went and did what he did earlier, he walked around and like he basically got kicked out of a restaurant, right? Dude was in a restaurant and people realized who he was. It was like, oh, it's that racist dude who has a live stream running and he's just doing a whole bunch of fuck shit. And we don't want him in our restaurant doing that. So they were just like, hey, you need to go. And then he basically was like ordering some food and he was just like, well, like they're like, all right, you need to pay, you need to go. And he thought to himself, well, I don't need to pay because you guys are kicking me out. And it's like, no, dummy, when you eat the food, you got to pay. You're just getting kicked out. Those are two separate things, right? You can get kicked out right now and still haven't eaten the food, which is what you did. So pay for the food you ate and then leave. And then he wasn't trying to leave. So dumbass got arrested, right? And after he got arrested, apparently the FBI interviewed him, kind of like trying to figure out, like, yo, are you part of this group or are you part of a particular, like, you know, there's a lot of groups doing dumb shit, and they were asking him if he's part of it, and with reason, because they're just trying to figure out, hey, are there any, like, you like a part of like a domestic terrorist kind of cell, all right, like what's going on here, right? So anyways, I
see how Trump went out there.
Okay, that was from a discussion, but anyways, he says we will, let's duplicate this just in case we need to bail. In case we need to bail. On a yeah, it's funny, violent thug. On a side thought, I actually find it very funny that I have no patience for any loading when it comes to internet and browsers. I immediately think something's wrong. It's like, oh, if it didn't load in like a millisecond, like what's happening here? What's happening here? But anyway, so he goes ahead and he makes this post, right? He says, what did he say? The insane FBI interviews me for not paying 2 appetizers, and I didn't get to finish before being rudely kicked out by the restaurant. However, blacks can actively call for people to blow my brains out, and they give 0, right? And this is in reference to Actus. What is Act saying here? What is Act saying here?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Over a word.
Well, he's problematic. We might like somebody might have to just do it. I don't care who do it. Black, white, who cares?
I care. I don't want to see people die for a stupid reason.
All right. So listen, at this point, he found the moment in the conversation where Ack is being a little inflammatory, and he's just like, yo, we need to get him out of here. I don't care how it happens. And I get it. If that's a literal thing, it's like, no, we don't want to see violence. We don't want this to happen. We don't want the dude to get taken out literally. But like, it's like, you know, I just don't tend to have any sympathy for people trying to get on their moral high horse, or like you have no moral high horse. You have no high ground. Okay. Like you can't try to play that card from my view when like you literally go around and antagonize people and try to get reactions out of them for your stream. Right. I don't like, imagine like a terrorist trying to play a victim or something. Like you can't. I'm sorry, like you can't. Okay, it's not you. You cannot do it. I don't care if you have a legitimate grievance. No, get out of here. I mean, like you can't do it. That is effectively what this is happening. Like this, like dude is like, oh, the FBI doesn't, and this is like, I just tell you, I don't like guys. Look, the way he just says this, like reading this, however, blacks can actively, even when he says it, you just kind of feel it here. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, it's like, dude needs a visit from Vader, man. All right, let's see. The victim the victim farming is blasphemous. Yeah, like yo, like, are you serious? Like, dude is trying to like frame himself as a victim. Like, oh, they're coming after me. I need to think about this. And I'm like, yo, it's not. It's oh man, hold on. How is this even a debate? How's what a debate? David, give me a little more context. What particular part are you asking is a debate? I'm not too sure what you mean. Are you asking how does he think being a victim is being a debate, or how's what Ack said a debate? I'm not sure. Let me know. But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't get it, man. The victim framing is pretty wild to me. The victim framing is incredibly wild. I don't understand how he can do this. But anyways, Ack then response. He's you know, in true fashion, he says, "Stop chimping out. I thought you wanted this. The FBI and some niggas pulling up to test your freedom of speech. You gonna take this act on tour, or are you restricted to Nashville? Memphis is right up the road. Want to see you try to chimp out over there." Now, again, that is a bit crazy. Okay, that is very crazy. But Ack is basically just saying, like, you might be able to get away with this in the hood that you're doing this in, but it does not mean you're going to be able to get away with this in other places. I want to see you try with some people that I just think are probably not as reserved as some of the people you've been walking into. Real quick, I'm just tuning in now, but how are people debating whether this Chud guy is a victim? Oh, yeah, no. Shout out to you, David. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, listen. Anyone arguing he's a victim, like this is a couple of days ago, and I probably, man, I've been yapping for a long time. I'm not prepared to do the him get arrested stream, but I'll tell you, if I find something interesting, maybe we can do it today. But basically, there's basically, no, I totally agree with you. Like, this dude's not a victim, and I just find it hilarious that he even tried for a second to do that, right? Like, oh, they're coming after me. It's like, you sure about that? Like, it's like the bully goes around trying to push everyone, and then someone says, I'm telling you. This is what Ack is basically doing. This is the bully walking around bullying people on the streets for clout, bullying people on the streets for internet fame. And then you have someone else say, I'm telling you right now, bully, there's bigger bullies than you. And you want to keep doing this, you go over there and try it and see if those people over there won't try to give you a little bit back of the same energy you're giving out. And now he's looking at us to say, like, oh, you can't believe what the blacks are actively calling for. And I'm like, oof, you know, I never heard of him until now, but seems like he did this himself. Absolutely. I'm trying to find the best way to say it. But oh yeah, no, like, I'm still thinking we gotta do a video on this, but yeah, no, absolutely deserved. In fact, I might pull up an article about it because it's all over the damn timeline at this point. But this dude walking around antagonizing people and effectively fucking around, and then finding out that, like, yeah, you don't get to challenge people to fights and antagonize them, and if they fight back, claim self-defense when you then shoot them after starting the altercation yourself, right? So, Ack is using instigating tactics that he used on thugs in the past on Chud now. Oh yeah, like, oh yeah, like Ack. Listen. Don't ever underestimate the power of a seasoned internet yapper, okay? Whatever you want to say about Ack, however you feel about him, like him, dislike him, hate his takes, love his takes, whatever it is. Like I said before, this dude is a veteran at this point in this YouTube, live streaming scene. This dude. This dude has been having a lot of beefs with people online. He's 100% an instigator when he wants to be. And right here, what you see on Twitter, this is just like leaning into the fun. Because this was, I guess this was a day ago. He said, let's see. Oh, I think this is actually when the incident just happened, right? Because I'm on Akademiks chimp. Sorry, guys, I had to look this out. But basically, he said, let's check this out. You incited violence, and a guy got. This is not to. Oh, it is to act, is it? Oh, oh, okay. Here it is. Here's actually the follow up to that. I tricked that effing moron off the street. Who's chimping out now? My finest work yet. Okay, so actually this is perfect. So basically, yeah, Ak instigated, right? And he just like, listen, it's not like he did it because Ak said it. He was doing it anyway, right? He was doing it. Ak just said, like, go ahead and do it. Because at this point he called out Ak on Twitter. So he's saying, hey, I'm doubling down. I dare you. Go try some dumb shit somewhere else. And he did. And now that he basically went around and did that, he's being charged with attempted murder. Okay, there is a clip on the internet somewhere, not of the altercation, just like cleaned up. I might find it. Maybe we go through it on the stream. I gotta vet certain things on the stream. When you're on Twitter, you get a lot of uncensored stuff. You really never know what you're gonna come up with. So, I just you gotta watch out sometimes when you're on Twitter. But anyways, so now he goes ahead and this random person, I don't know who this guy is. Rex, I don't know who you are, but like you're going to be content today, okay? He says, you incited violence and the guy got shot. Now you take credit for it openly. Speech shouldn't be met with violence. You're supposed to be the bigger man. You'll never understand that because you're not able to comprehend it. The fuck does that mean? It's the first thought I have. What are we talking about? But again, I always say this, like, and it's not to say that I am, it's not to say that I'm like I'm some high and mighty person, because I'm not. And I'm not like, I don't want to represent myself that way here on YouTube. But I will say, like, you're not gonna just say some dumb words to me that I will never allow someone to throw me off my square, knowing that that's their intention, right? Like, it's not gonna happen. That's me. I can speak about me. I got some things to lose. I got family, like I said before. I got family I got to provide for. I got kids I got to protect. Like, I am just not going to be baited and taking penitentiary chances. Okay, but that's me. Other people have different sensibilities, and if you mess with other people, I'm just saying they might respond differently, and that's exactly what we have here. It's not that most people wouldn't respond. It's not that most people would even react to you being as ridiculous as the Chud the Builder guy, but it only takes one, and that's it. I just got the stream recommended from YouTube, but you seem like a cool dude. I'll drop a sub. Thanks, David. Appreciate it. I plan to do a lot more of these live streams as we going forward. We're just having some fun in here. So again, thank you for joining in, and a lot more on the way. So, how low IQ do you have to be to allow Act to instigate you into a trap? Chud is actually dumber than bricks. Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, like I've said this before. I'm a fan of Act, but like, come on, guys, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, you really let Big Ack, you let Big Ack instigate you into this? Like, come on. But what did he say? This is so funny. I tricked that effing moron. Hold on, let's back up a little bit, because I think this is a response to that dude, right? No, Chud doesn't call it incitement. Remember, it's freedom of speech. Tweets should never make you chimp out and throw away your life. Sounds like he lost at his own game, huh? Yeah, and that's exactly the point. Like, man, you really find yourself in a position where you just throw your life away like that? Like, really, like, he must have really bought into his own, like, he must have really been drinking his own Kool-Aid, right? Like, oh, by the way, freedom of speech, and that means I'm going to be able to go ahead and that means that I'm going to be able to go ahead, say and do whatever I want, walk around with a gun and mace, and like, there will be no consequences. You sure about that? I don't know. I wouldn't be me. Just don't say that. Wouldn't be me. Okay. Just a dude sitting at his computer at home in his safe office, not fighting people on the street with guns. Okay. Wearing a Darth Vader shirt. All right. So that's what I like to do. That's what I like to do. Sit in the comfort of my own home, drink some water. Tastes like freedom. All right. That's how this works. That's how this works. Okay, where are we going with this? Chud had the meme coin in $1 million market cap too, He can't even get that money out now. How does that even happen? How do you get people to invest? Guys, maybe we missed our calling. Maybe instead of like trying to work honest jobs and or even like do side gigs like this content stuff and like try to make it and build something that can actually be worth something. Maybe we should just all like work on meme coins. Maybe we missed the boat in like 2022 where everyone was buying those dumbass NFTs. And everyone had a meme coin, which was going to be the next big thing, but everyone actually knew it was just a rug pull at the end of the day. Maybe that's actually what our calling should be. But I will say, anyone in 2026 who invests in a meme coin and gets rug pulled absolutely deserves it. So if he was able to get people to buy into that and he didn't get to pull the rug, then like everyone who's still in, this is your moment. Get out, because the guy who was going to rug pull you is behind bars and he can't rug pull you now. So keep that in mind. You nailed it, though. That's the actions of someone with no one to provide for and no one he's responsible to. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The more you have to lose, the more you realize that, like, I really can't be out here, like, risking it all, right? Like, I've always generally been risk averse in my life, just understanding that, like, even when I didn't have a family or something like that, I was like, well, I have family that care about me, and what will I put them through if I'm out here doing some dumb shit, right? But it's only going to get worse. Until the very day I die, I'm only going to become more and more risk averse. I really can't be out here like messing around. I'll be honest, it took me a few years to even get the courage to do this because of how risk averse I was. I was just like, oh, like, you know, I'm going to be on the internet and people are going to be able to see where I work and stuff like that. And I'm just like, but I'm not out here being Chud the Builder, right? So I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We'll make this work. True, he can't rug pull the coin. That's the perfect coin to invest in. Maybe. Maybe. But you know what? Maybe once everyone sees it goes up, then the rug pull start to happen. Everyone's like, oh, it's time to go up now. There might be people just waiting. Like, yo, if it goes up 25%, I'm out. That's all they need. Well, that's not all they need. Everyone's different, but like, it's going to the moon, guys. So make sure you're ready for it to go to the moon. Where is man? Y'all got me interested now. I actually think I want to find some clips with this. All right, hold on.
1.25 million.
All right, let's get a little bit into it. I'm not fully organized for it today. We might have a more formal one later, but like, let's just get into it for a little bit. So hold on. Let's see if I can find it. This is a little scary. Searching Twitter live is always scary because I don't know what's gonna. Twitter is a crazy place. I'm gonna be honest. Twitter's a crazy place. Let's see. We'll do it, guys. All right, you see this loading right here? This is scaring me. That something about that my internet is messing up or something like that. Let's see. Chud the Builder. Okay, he's no longer trending, but we'll find him. Chud the Builder. What a name like Chud. I mean, can we really expect that much, guys? Like, honestly. Yeah, like this video is from like a few days ago. Dude was like over here crying after, like, nah, we ain't doing that. All right. This is a longer clip from Colin Rugg. Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Shout out to Colin Rugg. I've gotten some clips from him before. Oh, actually, all right, cool. I mean, we got some context. We might as well, guys. We're here. We've been yapping about this Chud dude the whole day. We might as well talk a little bit about it. All right, let me try to man, this is funny. He should have been even 2 million for calling himself Chud the Builder. All right, people are funny. All right. All right. So again, at the top of all of this, guys, there's a streamer. His name is Chud the Builder. We've been talking about him during the course of this live stream, but to just give you again a little bit of a summary if we're starting at this point. We have someone who basically goes out, antagonizes black people, antagonizes anyone he could find, and he calls them the N-word, hard ER. And he pretty much dares somebody to try him at this point. Now, not my cup of tea, not my kind of content, but within the age of outrage being profitable, he actually was starting to get some traction in the past couple of weeks. Now, We'll just say this guy in particular flew a little too close to the sun, and he has learned the hard way in the past day or so what that means. My guy got himself into an altercation with someone on the street, and this dude wound up fighting back. They get into a fight in the streets. He shoots the guy. Guy doesn't die. He shoots himself. He's okay, though. And now he's being charged with attempted murder. So a classic case of fucking around and finding out. All right. So let's hope that makes it clear for y'all to get it here. Let's keep this going. Let's see what we got. What in the world? All right, we're gonna read this through. And I probably should have did the other. Probably should have changed my screen before I gave that description, but I'm learning, guys. I'm learning how to clip out parts of my live stream. We'll get it together. Anyways, new streamer Chud the Builder has been charged with attempted murder after he allegedly shot someone outside of a Tennessee courthouse. Again, he's a dumbass. 28-year-old Dalton Etherly is known for spewing racial slurs at people and filming it for his followers. Etherly accidentally shot himself during the scuffle after being confronted for his racist content. He said, "You start all that chimping out shit with me and I'm gonna hit you." And he hit me. He started wailing on me, Etherly claimed, according to CNN. According to the officials, the victim who was shot by Etherly was medically evaluated and in stable condition. Etherly appeared to accidentally shoot himself in the arm because, again, you don't know what happens in a random fight with somebody on the street, so you shouldn't be a dummy and avoid them at all costs if you could. Etherly was also charged with aggravated assault, reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon, and employing a firearm during a dangerous felony. So let's see what video we got here. Oh my God. Oh, all right. Hold on. We got a fight on stream, guys. All right. I think we're okay with this. What's up with YouTube? We bullish on that Chud pack. That's funny. All right, let's keep it going. What is happening?
They're out here.
Somebody got shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I was looking over here. I wasn't even looking here. But anyways, so he's fine. He got taken away on a stretcher.
No, I'm right there.
And he basically has plenty of time. All right, here's the...
He's dead. Oh.
He's fucking dead.
I don't think the guy's dead.
Oh shit.
It was attempted murder, I think. I don't think the guy's dead.
Someone called him because I'm recording.
I think it would be kind of crazy too if we're just watching that. But anyways, this comment is actually funny. He did all that for broke white people's entertainment. Now throw him in jail with the general black population. See how he pops off with no guns or COs. I mean, I mean, you can be charged for inciting a riot. Then you can be charged with inciting a riot of one. The other guy will be charged with assault too, but they should both go to jail. I mean, honestly, like, I don't disagree with this. Like the other guy, again, right? You don't go fighting people because they say something to you, right? Like, avoid it, right? Like, act like you got something to lose. And again, in this particular case, like, dude had a gun. Like, you see how that can go for you? You just go and you want to fight somebody, and all of a sudden, like, you might die. Now, I don't think he did. I think he's fine. But, like, that's why you don't do that, right? Moral of the story, lie low. Walk away. Like, it's not that serious. Walk away, right? But again, it goes a lot of ways. Like, this dude was intentionally looking for these reactions and putting people and himself in bad situations. And now this is what happens, right? So he shot himself. He shot the other guy. The guy is alive. The guy's fine for the most part. And now dude is right here. Let's back up one frame. Anyways, this is him right now in the court. So new streamer Chud the Builder visibly reacts after a judge set his bond at $1.25 million. 28-year-old Dalton Etherly is facing an attempted murder charge after a shooting outside of a tennis courthouse. General Session Court Judge Reed Poland the third says he set the bond to 1.25 million based upon the fact of how many people were in the courtyard over here at the courthouse and the seriousness of all these felonies. So basically, he's just like, my guy, you wanted clout, I'm going to give it to you. Okay, this is what clout looks like. All these people are out here. There's a lot of people outside the courthouse. This is a serious matter, and I'm looking to make an example out of your dumbass. This is what that looks like, okay? In case y'all don't know what it is, I'm letting you know what it is. They have, like, judges have discretion for what they do with things like this. And when you see that, is 100% I'm looking to make an example out of you. So, all right. Ether Lee is reportedly facing a possible sentence of 15 to 60 years. Like, that is crazy to me. Like, I'm going to be honest, that's crazy to me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did it come back? All right, it didn't die yet. I thought it was going to go out. Yeah, like, that's crazy to me. 15 to 60 years for someone not dying? Like, man, even though I don't like this guy, I still feel like that would be insane. I wouldn't want to see him go down for that. Like, that's crazy. But also, he could have killed somebody. And I think that's kind of where it comes into play, right? Someone could have died. If it wasn't this guy in this particular altercation, it could have been someone else in another altercation. So, I mean, that's why this is not a job I want. And this is also why I don't do dumb shit like this. Because I don't want to be in the position where someone has that much control over my life. So, all right, we'll take a look at this here, and then we'll
I'm going to set
get it going.
just a bond right.
Wow, this is crazy. Honestly, this is a funny thought, right? And not like funny, haha, but just like interesting. You go and you live in your life. Right now, you're facing like 15 to 60 years. Like, you're facing like life-altering circumstance right now because you wanted to be online, you wanted to be dumb. And now you just have like randos like me online right now just watching you in a jumpsuit and like just watching this for entertainment. Like, you don't find the irony with that? Like, isn't that kind of crazy? Like, you was going out there risking your life and others for entertainment. And now we're just here watching your misfortunes for entertainment. Like, isn't that wild? Like moral of the story, like, it's much better to be doing what I'm doing here, which is what Sneako told him. Do a desktop stream and sit your ass home in the comfort of your own, office. like, it's kind of crazy. I love how there's a black security guard he's forced to look at. I didn't even get to that yet. I didn't even get to that or think about it. But like, this dude is staring a hole through him right now. And that is actually wild. That's one of those moments where I think to myself, like, if you really don't believe that this guy doesn't know who he is at this point, like, you would be sorely mistaken, right? He absolutely knows who he is. That is a great point, Casey. Like, dude is just looking at him like, all right, you here now. Yeah, I'm the captain now. You're in my world. That's crazy.
And after we have our bail hearing, then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down, okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at $1.25 million.
Oh, man.
1.25 million.
Look at his eyes. Look.
Oof. 1.25 million. Based upon the fact.
You could just imagine what he was feeling at that moment, right? Like, you get told the bond is set for 1.25 million, and you're just like, well, at that point, it means I'm not getting out, right? It means I'm not getting out until this trial or until, again, they work a deal. If you haven't been convicted of a felony before, and depending upon what the crime is, like, they might be willing to work with you and not have you immediately eat that. But like, if it's something serious, you might not get some of these chances. And I feel like this is probably serious enough to where he doesn't get those chances. We'll see. But like, oh yeah, no, it was in that moment he knew he effed up. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Completely. I feel him. Like, hey, you know what's crazy? And this is kind of the humanity there. I literally spent this entire live stream talking shit about this dude, and in that moment, I actually feel bad for him. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for anyone going through that, and I have to kind of be reminded of what it was that they were doing for me to not feel bad for them. But like, I do. I feel bad for him. I'm just sitting here like, damn, man. Like, you literally was just out here thinking that you was doing some clout for the internet, And here you are now, right? Like how fast life changes. Like literally you were like earlier in the week talking shit to DJ Akademiks, and now here you are in a jumpsuit, like facing the rest. Like he's young, but like if you were to get the top end of that sentence, like he would lose basically all of his great years in jail, right? Like literally 2 days ago, you was just on Twitter talking shit, and it was perfectly fine. Like sometimes, folks, it makes sense to stay your ass home. I'm sorry, I must have said it a couple of times, but like it legitimately does. You would be much better just. Damn. All right, I feel bad for him. I do. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm sorry. But you know what? Fuck around and find out, man. Just fuck around and find out. I'm sorry. This is what it is. This is what it is. This is why we don't F around.
Fact of how many people were in the courtyard, we're here at the courthouse, and the seriousness of all these felonies and his bond status. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So the 26th at 9 o'clock, I'm sorry, the 21st at 9 o'clock for a bond hearing, and then the 26th.
Emo, I'm happy for him. I mean, that's like, I mean, I guess, like, damn, like, oh, man, I'm getting soft, guys. I'm getting soft. I'm getting soft here. I can't continuously laugh all day at this guy. I literally spent this entire stream shitting on this dude, and now I'm just like, damn, they hit you with that number. I'm starting to feel bad. That's crazy. He said, "You feel bad? You kidding?" Partially. partially. I like realistically, I do feel a little bad, but also I'm just like how could you feel bad for someone who leans into the racism, who leans into the fuckery, who put themselves in this position, who really could have actually killed somebody, who was like challenging people to fights, and then I'm just like, do you feel bad though? Do you feel bad? You sure about that, my guy? Like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I might have felt bad. And then I just keep reminding myself of all these things, and I'm just like that commenter who's just like, you might as well have made it an even 2 million for naming himself Chud the Builder in the first place. What kind of dumbass name is that? Oh man, what is that? It's Chud the Builder. That's funny. Just shout out to you, Tim. Tim Too Fishial. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate you, man. Feel bad. The veteran could have lost his life for this guy's absolutely right. You are right. You are right. See, I will say this. I love when y'all hold me accountable. Okay. Well, because I'm over here just like a little bit of light, starting to think maybe he deserves a little bit of sympathy. And then it's like, wait a minute. Fuck this dude. Fuck this dude. He said, we got him, guys. We got him. You know what? I'm going to work on this stream, guys. Next time, I'm going to start getting some of these, because I have an Elgato stream deck. I have everything to like push the buttons, but like there's some sound effects that I hear it in my head. I'm like, there's this sound clip with George Bush when he's like, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And I'm like, right here, we got him. We got him. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Because we got someone off the streets who was potentially dangerous. Okay? Like, and not just potentially, like, dude was asking for fights. So it was only a matter of time. So yeah, no, totally agree. That the veteran could have been taken out of here for this dude's fuckery. And like, we don't want that. We do not want any of that, right? 50 years in prison for the same people he was on the streets fighting war with. Oh man. Oh, war against, my bad. His time should be streamed on Netflix. I'll pay for that, bruh. The trolls, honestly, that, you know what's funny? It'd be like, it'd be like I was just saying, like, life is funny, right? Like, imagine you was out there doing all that, and now you just are entertainment. Like, this is wild, yo. This is wild. It's like his time should be streamed at Netflix. Yeah, it's like, hey, what are you in here for? You know, I got into a fight with some guy on the street, and like I tried to do self-defense and fight him. It's like, oh, okay. That's the first conversation. But then the CEO, see this guy right here? See this guy right here? These guys start they get to talking to the other people in the jail. And so then his file about what he's in there for, because remember, like, you know, his paperwork is just gonna say, hey, he got into an altercation at the front of the courthouse and he claims it was self-defense, but like we have evidence to the contrary, right? But then as that context starts to get built in, no, he wasn't just like randomly at the courthouse. He's a streamer. Oh, he was a streamer. Okay. Was he just like, you know, recording live content, just like walking around, IRL stuff, nothing crazy? Oh no, he's a rage baiting streamer. Okay, well that's not great. What was he rage baiting for? And it's like, oh, he was racist rage baiting. It's like, oh, all right. Well, now that we know, everybody in this prison is gonna know. It's the same way how like, and like it's the same way how like if people go to jail for like something crazy, if you go to jail for like, oh, you know, tax fraud or something like that, people like I would guess people don't like care, right? That's in my view. But if they hear like you was like a PDF or something like that, oh yeah, you done out here in these streets, right? You're getting extra justice for the people who are facing justice, right? Like that's what happens. And I'm like, this guy is gonna go into the jail, and now, I mean, I'll tell you what, he's gonna go straight for he's gonna look for some white supremacist buddies if he can find them. But if he's in a prison that don't have him, he is cooked. It's like, what was you doing outside of the jail that got you in here? Oh yeah. Who's chimping out now? That's what they're gonna ask him. That's crazy. Facts. I'll play to see how he's treated in jail. Oh yeah. I bet you he's not gonna be saying anyone's chimping out anymore, because my guy is going to be in the jungle. Okay, everybody's chipping out right there. Have fun. Let's see how many N words he gets off in the cell. He hasn't been seen chipping out yet. Oh yeah. Oh, the context is so funny, man. He's going back to the tooth fairy gimmick in there. See, I don't even know about what this guy's gimmick was before that point, but like it sounds like he was struggling before he found this new niche, right? Because literally I just started hearing about this dude like a week or two ago, and it is the fastest downfall I've ever heard of. It's like, oh, we just started hearing about somebody. I didn't even get to a point yet where I made a video on him. I was like, okay, I gotta get organized. I'm gonna do a clip. I'm gonna find an angle. We're gonna think it through. And here we are. The rise and fall of Chud the Builder in less than like 3 weeks. That is wild. Okay? Wild. Oh, man. All right.
6 at 9 for preliminary hearing.
Yeah, look at it. Did this guy even break eye contact, guys? Did this guy ever break eye contact? Like, this is wild right now.
Does that work for everybody's calendar? General, does that work for the state?
Yes.
All right.
He's been doing this for a whole year. He's been doing this for a whole year. I mean, listen, at this point, I started this channel in like, all right, you guys might cringe, but like I left every video I've ever done up. So you guys can go and check out some of my earliest videos and you can just see the progression. That's why I left it on there. I started this channel like 3 years ago, but I've been so inconsistent that growth has been hard. I'm trying to get more consistent now so we can kind of do this together. So appreciate y'all as always being up in here. But like he's been doing this for 1 year and he's just like, I feel like he didn't respect the process. Like you got to find what works, but like do it in an ethical manner as best as you can. And he's like, nah, I ain't got time for all that. We need to grow right now. And again, I could appreciate the hustle, but then you lose all respect when your hustle is racist rage baiting content. Nah, you ain't got no respect for me, my guy. None. I'm sorry.
The state is going to request and file a source hearing when and if there's an attempt to make bond.
Okay. Is there any objection of us taking all those matters up at the bond hearing on the 21st?
No.
Mr. Finley, do you have any objection to doing it that way? That's the most efficient way, I think.
Judge, we'll try and have everything lined up for the court.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Finley, from you today?
No, sir.
All right. From the state? Okay. That'll conclude these proceedings today, okay? We'll be in recess.
That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. All right, so here's how this goes, right? When you damn. When you royally, okay. He's wimping out. Oh yeah, these are gonna go. These like these phrases are gonna go wild for the next couple of weeks, man. Like, dude is chimping out, dude's wimping out, dude is simping out, dude is I mean, man, this is just gonna be funny. Okay, we'll see how this plays out, but I'm just gonna say, like, he better hope that he can get someone to log into his coin and sell it, right? Because if the bond is 1.2 million. I don't know much about bond, but if it's like you can do a fraction of that, like 10% or whatever it might be, for collateral, and then let's see for bond. Let's ask Gemini. What are we doing here? Gemini, my friend, what should we be doing here? All this other stuff. Let's see. Collapse this menu. If you okay, random question about getting information. Random question. I don't. You know what it is? All right. I'm not. Now you're kind of getting to my mind here. Gemini, like, you can do this thing where it's going to basically go ahead and like keep context of your conversations to try to be like, oh, by the way, like, are you doing this? And I might have to, I could probably just delete the thread. I don't want it to think I'm trying to get information for myself getting out of jail here, right? It's like, hey, did you get out of jail yet? Or like, nah. I'd like chill, okay? Chill. But okay, here we go. Random question about how bond works at jail. If you got a bail for $1.25 million, do you have to pay? Man, sorry guys. Pay the whole thing, or can you get out with a fraction of the bond? Let's see. I'll delete this thread later. I just don't want. Okay, let's see. When bail is set at 1.25 million, you don't necessarily have to come up with the entire amount. In the cash, get out of jail. You can generally have two main paths: paying the full amount directly to the court, cash bail. Okay, cooked if that's the case, or a bail bondsman. Oh, that's the thing. Okay. The bondsman option is the 10%. That's what I was thinking. All right. Most common for large amounts, you hire a licensed bail bondsman who puts a bond guarantee in the course that you show up to all your trial dates. In exchange for his service, you pay him a non-refundable premium, which is legally capped at most states at 10%. The math for 1.25 million bail, the 10% premium would be that. Okay. You never get the 125 back. The bondsman fee for taking on the financial risk. Furthermore, because 1.25 is a massive sum, he will not just take the cash fee. He will also require collateral like equity in a home, car. Oh, damn. Worth the 1.25 securing the bond in case the defendant skips town. Oh, so you're just cooked. Okay, you're cooked. Because even if you do that and you don't have to pay them directly, you still need to have the assets that could basically equal it, right? So, why am I doing this? To let y'all know how cooked this dude is. Unless they go ahead and change the scenario because he's a first time offendee, I don't even know. I don't know nothing about this dude. He's cooked, okay? He's cooked. This conversation started with Akademiks cook Sneako down to Chud is actually cooked because he did this thing that we're talking about the whole time. So, what's the moral of the story, guys? Don't do dumb shit, and you won't have to deal with dumb shit. So, that's where we're at. Oh man. All right, guys. I think I've yapped. Long enough here, but this was like such a fun stream. I really enjoyed this one, guys. Hold on. Where is my? There we go. Got my buttons here messed up, but. Oh man. All right, guys, this has been an incredibly fun stream, and I really appreciate everyone joining out here with me today. Again, what's our moral of the story? Make better decisions. Go into the world like you actually have something to lose, because you just might lose it all if you act as though you have nothing to lose in the first place. With guys like Chud the Builder or like random characters as we find, you find out that it pretty much always goes this way. Eventually, the check comes due. There's no way that you get to go out into the world, cause so much chaos, and havoc and not have something come back to you. And listen, I am personally not a believer of karma or like cosmic justice in any way, shape, or form. But I do look at math, and I understand that when you do dumb shit that has that is very risky, then it means more than likely, eventually, that risk will come due, right? So it doesn't take much to see that this was eventually how this thing was going to end with him, either him getting killed or him killing someone else. And so it sucks that, you know, 2 people got shot, but again, I guess the silver lining is no one got killed, and we're able to kind of see a little bit of, you know, justice in that sense. Also, I will say from the original start of this stream, in that discussion between DJ Akademiks and Sneako, because I've been yapping so long at this damn point, I almost forgot I did it. But again, you kind of get to learn something about free speech, I think, which is the broader discussion here, which is really the basis of which this Chud the Builder guy was even trying to go out there. He had this idea that you get to claim free speech and do whatever you want, and that there shouldn't be any repercussions for it. But he walked around knowing that there might be, and that he has a gun in his hand dealing with you if you tried him. Ultimately understand that, like, again, we have freedom of speech, but not freedom of consequences. So move and act wisely. Don't be dumb, and understand that it's a lot less costlier to your own self and to others to simply be a decent human being. Be considerate, be kind, and respect other humans. It's simply, like, it is really that simple. Guys, I really enjoyed the stream here with y'all today. We had some fun, and expect that you will catch me in the next live stream very soon, either tomorrow or the day after. I think we're finally getting into our groove in the channel here. Guess let's just check out one more from KZ, my guy. You gave us some I learned something today South Park ending. Appreciate it, brother. We're in full yap mode right now, so I'm just I'm realizing this is how we got to get it done, right? So, anyways, YouTube, again, it has been fun. I enjoy the time, and do expect to catch me here soon. For the folks who subbed to me today, Tim, thanks, brother, for subbing. Doug, thanks for subbing. KZ, I already know you're always in here, brother. Appreciate you. Joran, anyone else who joined the stream today, I appreciate you all, as always. It's been fun, and I will catch you again in the next one. So until next time, YouTube.